A lot of them. We have a lot of kids.
All right, let me play these.
This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basically, pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
All right. This might be risky. Women's POV, DJ Handle Stampede. We in the building. How y'all doing tonight? They getting in here early too. They missed y'all.
They've been waiting on us. We miss them. You miss me.
Hey, was good.
Hey, y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, you recover from this weekend?
I got me a mic. I mean, not really, but I'm pushing through.
Don't get too out of line. I got that picture saved up here.
My God. Okay.
Don't call God. He ain't coming. East, what's good?
That's good, Hampton.
Hey, what I do?
Nothing.
Bro, what's taking? You got the Princess Layla joints, okay?
Yes. I see you got the fresh haircut too. Look good, DJ Ham.
You think so?
He got that Houston cut now.
You cut my shit too low. Yeah, I do. And they ain't taper my sides. I said, y'all country niggas don't know what a taper is? I said, yo, let me get a taper with a Caesar. He like, all right. He gave me this. I'm like, yo, you didn't. I'm like, yo, you didn't round the back out. He's like, oh, you ain't. I said, bro, I know you ain't give me a round back. Like I'm 12 and a half years old, man.
I don't think middle school back. That's middle school day cuts back.
Telling you, that's what I got. But I made it out of there alive, though. Love was good.
What's up? I miss y'all. I know the audience. I'm here to give y'all what y'all been waiting for.
Shit like that.
They know what's good.
What's up? Good to be back. How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing the right thing. Nate, what's popping?
What's up, y'all? I missed y'all for these last couple of weeks.
What earrings you got on today?
Locks Are Dope by Self Plus Love out of Richmond, Virginia.
Whoa. They ain't donate to the channel now. Hold your horses. God damn.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Listen, that's a black-owned business. A sister, I had to support her.
She got to do what now?
I had to support a sister.
Shit like that.
Sponsorship packages here, man. Can you know her?
Yeah, I buy a lot of stuff from her. So yeah.
Send her the sponsorship package. See what she think.
I sure enough will. Send it to me and I'll send it to her.
No, say no more.
Shit like that.
All right. Let's get into it, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. We've been going for about 2 weeks for I think decent reasons, man. Shit, the other week I was just too goddamn tired, and it was a so-called holiday the weekend before. But we here, y'all. So what we talking about today? Masculine fragility. Have you guys heard this term before? Can somebody?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, kind of. Well,
yeah.
So Alex hit me with it, when I destroyed her that one episode, because she used that word on the wrong nigga.
Shit like that.
But so I want to dig into it a little bit. Pause. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Jonathan Earl was shaking. Hey, Jonathan was ready for the last week. I'm telling you. Word. Joe was good. Lionel was popping. Tatum 32 was good. Alex, do me a favor. Can you define masculine and fragility for us and put it in just put it in a comment. Oh yeah, here for the tea early. What's popping? Huh? What are you talking about?
I said he was talking about me.
Oh, all right. 777 radio was popping. He said, please hit the like button. Also donate. Y'all do us a favor, man. The likes be like half of who be watching. It don't cost you a goddamn thing. I promise. Just hit that like button for if you can. It helps the channel the most. All right. So I want, Love, can you define it? And then we'll see what Alex come up with.
I just heard about it. You said if I heard about it, and I said yes when Alex called you that. And that's how I heard it. But I can speculate what it means. I don't know what the true definition is.
All right. Maybe she'll give it to her. But go ahead and speculate. That'd be interesting.
My speculative definition of masculine fragility is that men are fragile with their egos, and they are sensitive with certain subjects, and they put on this false bravado, and their masculinity really is fragile, in which it can't take much, and then they get angry.
Okay, so now is it false bravado, or is it just fragile ego? Because you see what I'm saying? Because the ego can be real but be fragile, or it could be fake altogether. You see what I'm saying? So is it both of those, or is it which do you think?
I think it's both, and let me tell you why. I think the false bravado is because a lot of men try to overcompensate for the fragility, and that's why they come off as very, the bravado and arrogant and fake alpha, fake dominant. That's why I say it's false, because it's really not them, and I call it false because they're trying to overcompensate for how they really feel and how they see themselves.
Okay.
And then the fragile ego, the ego is real, but it can't take constructive criticism. It can't take pushback. It can't take feedback. That's the fragility of their ego.
Okay. What are some of the subjects that you say men like get fragile over? Like, what would be an example?
Yeah, now that's wide ranging.
Yeah,
but,
just give me one, like whatever you off the top of your head. It's right on the spot, so I know you ain't thought through it. So whatever you think.
Yeah. I think maybe the biggest one is
That's it right there. You done said it. The biggest one.
Shit like that.
So would that be like
it could be. And for what they really need to know is that it's not even the size, it's how you work it, right? But also like money, they're fragile about their money, reality and potential. They're fragile about that. They're fragile about getting, you're really not, how you present yourself. You're really not that dude. And I'm gonna tell you why. And then give examples, and that they get butthurt, and they get, or when you tell them, you could do better in this area, such as your intellect or your communication or the way you dress. That right there are pain points for men.
Tay, you made a face when she said that the size don't matter. Angry Snowman, what's popping?
Let me expound upon that, because it does. There's men with 9+ inches and can't work it. They just sit there and because they think that they can't do anything else. There are men that are a little bit smaller that are more sensual, and they put more work in. But now we ain't trying to do X-ray. Now listen, I ain't drinking. I'm sober. We can do X-ray right now if you want to. It's only $9.19. But I'm just saying.
So you're telling me, well, all right, love. So let's give the men some advice or some advisement. Is there such a thing as too small? All right.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely too small. Yes.
All right. But you're saying there's certain sizes you like.
It's called clitty dick. It's called clitty dick. Like you have an over enlarged clit. It's how I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus Christ. So there is such a thing, like you just might be short.
An enlarged clitoris, but it's on you, on man.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about it another day when I'm not on this shit. Tay, what would be an example of masculine? Like, I'm interested in the cat, like the what did you say? Categories or top? What did you say? Subjects that men are like sensitive over. So it's penis size. What else?
Money.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna just stick because it's easier for me to remember if I pinpoint who said one what. Go ahead, Tay. What would be? So do you agree with Love's definition?
Well, I'll start by I disagree to a point in terms of the ego, because I feel like the ego is irrelevant, and more so a lot of times the ego is the strongest part. So to me, and I really don't know the definition, but I know the words, like masculinity is about manhood, fragility is like when something's easily broken. So to me, putting two and two together, if your manhood is easily broken, that's a different situation. We talking about something different, because that you know, that's aside from the ego, because the ego is going to be strong throughout the whole process. Well, usually in a man situation, but yeah, I mean, so I agree to a point, but I think it's more so to do with the manhood, or how he feels as a man, or his presence in that relationship.
So you said the ego is existent no matter what?
I mean, I think so. Yeah. I mean, because that's going to be there. And because to me, the ego pushes you despite how you feel about your manhood. Your ego's like, a man's ego is going to be strong. Okay. I don't know if y'all dealt with a lot, but I've dated a few, and that ego is something serious. But that manhood can still be intact. Get the ego under control.
I don't know if I'm picking it up what you putting down. Go ahead, Nay.
I was just going to say, I actually equate even the manhood, that's a part of their ego, because of the fact that, like, when men think about their manhood, it's like, you know, they want to make sure they have a big thing, they can work it. That's a part of their ego. I think ego encompasses so many different things. The ego is based on the finances. It's based on the type of job they have. It's based on their actual manhood. So I think the easily broken part is representative of the ego. Like, it's the easily broken ego. They're overly emotional about certain things. You can offend a man in any type of way when it comes to any of those different things that Love mentioned. So I wouldn't say that it's not the ego part. I think the ego is everything.
Yeah, because question, I hate to go back to this, but you know, a man with a big ass ego, but he ain't really, you know what I mean, adequate.
Got the big ding.
Yeah.
I never had that problem, to be honest. But not for me, but I know people that have had.
Bruh. Why you can't say? So you sound me.
I never had nobody with no little ding-a-ling. I ain't gonna even lie. No, I did not.
Okay. Well, shout out to them niggas, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Shit like that.
Like, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, well, maybe he don't know he not adequate. Like, do you think men walking around not knowing?
You can have a decent size, but then maybe you can't get up, and you don't stay up. You don't last long. So that's
they know. They know. They absolutely know.
I'm going to tell you how you know they know. Because the man with a little thing, he going to eat the hell out of the shot.
Come on.
They know.
Let me tell you something. It ain't
Wow.
He's going to be really good at something else.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't but 2 inches up and in. So that's really all you need. But I digress.
What?
They gonna? You said 2 inches?
The G spot is only 2 inches up and in. Yes. So I'm just saying, you know, for those guys, it's okay for y'all. You can still reach it.
We're gonna make him mad uncomfortable.
Where's the wow, man? Wow.
Okay, I'm done.
Right, where the wow at?
Wow.
Bro.
Listen, they can have
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out.
But that's what I'm saying. They can have the biggest thing ever, and if you can't even stay up long, now I've had that. You can't even last long enough, and then you sitting there saying something about that mess with the man's ego. Like, you couldn't even last long, 1 minute, man. Like, that part, that mess with the man's ego.
I don't know, not really. I don't know about that part.
I think so.
Niggas don't be giving a damn, honestly. Like,
We gonna clown you.
They don't care about that. Because you could do something to fix that before you even get there. So if he ain't even prepared, he ain't giving shit. He was just trying to nut and get up out of there.
Or if they can't even get up.
That's you said or it's not mutually exclusive.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I bust a quick nut and I'm out so I can go to the club, shit, I don't give a damn about what.
Yeah. Or if you can't even get it up, it's like, are you serious? Like
that's a different ball game though, you know. Yeah, if you got what's that called? Impotence? I mean, that's a
impotence.
Mm-hmm.
Some Viagra's.
Because you know what happens with that 60-second stroke game?
What?
You might if it feels good and he's adequate, you're gonna give him another opportunity, at least one more. It's almost like a tease.
Okay.
Now he at the club partying like shit, and you wish he come back. Like,
so how do you know it even feels good in 60 seconds? Like,
60 seconds that's a long.
60 seconds is a long time.
Hold your breath. Let me see how long you can hold your breath. 1,
Count.
2, 3. 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 6. Nigga, you breathing like shit. Your nose flaring and all that. Man, hold on.
Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
And that's low too.
Oh man, y'all crazy as hell. Okay, so let's get back to it. So masculine fragility. Where did Alex go? This nigga. She went to one cheap ass Caribbean island. Now she act like she's so busy, man.
Jonathan Earl gave the definition hemp, actually, if you look at it.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
But I was waiting on Alex though. She went to Punta Cana once, bro. Now she acting Hasidity. Like, come on, man. All right, where is it? Let me see. Freud. This one, bro? No?
Rotunda, you're on mute. I mean, Ro, you're on mute.
It's earlier when you asked for the definition.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
He said fragile. It's there we go.
Fragile masculinity is a term used to describe peculiar anxiety experienced by men who feel that doing certain things causes them to fall short of the societal idea of manhood. While okay, so he must have finished it. Oh, here we go. While it's not regarded as a type of mental health condition on its own, fragile masculinity can affect men's well-being. All right, so here's the bulk of it. Fragile masculinity is a term used to describe peculiar anxiety we experience. Okay. You guys agree with this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Do you think it's a combination of that? Because I think that's like more blanket. And then do you think Love's definition kind of drills down into that a little bit?
I think his definition is the act of it. And then Love's definition is the ego is a result of him.
Like manifestation?
Correct.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Damn. Okay. All right. Hey, shout out to Jonathan Earl, man. So, all right. So I just wanted to break that down, try to define it. Everybody like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So on the flyer, on the thumbnail, did y'all see who I used? Kiki Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to ask Asia, you old as hell. You didn't even know that was Kiki Palmer. Good God.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Damn. Okay. So I wanted to attack because that's been out for a week and a half now. The news cycle, that's old, but I don't care. I like to get all the information first. You know what I'm saying? And then we can assess it. But I wanted to assess it from a different lens because usually what would I ask? Was her outfit appropriate? Right, so on and so forth. But I kind of want to attack it from this lens if we can. Hopefully we do a good job of it. So did you guys see, I can't remember this nigga name. I think Darius Dalton or something like that. Did you guys see his tweets after incident? Everybody's aware of this, right? It's old, right?
Yes.
By now.
Yes.
Okay. So I got the tweets right here. A couple of them. I don't know how many he sent, but I think these are the ones that got the most publicity. So here's the first one. He said it's the outfit though. You a mom, and then here's her getting serenaded by Usher. She got the sheer shit on. She made sure to show her ass. Although I will say, when I was looking for pictures, none of them had her turned around. I will say that, like on Google and shit. But this is his first tweet. It's the outfit though. You a mom. What you guys think? What you guys thoughts? Is there any credence to what he's asking or saying, or being? It might even be like passive aggressive.
I don't think so, because she's a mom. She can't be sexy. You've never seen Kiki Palmer ever out there like overly sensual, and I don't think she was just extra sensual. I think she looked nice. I don't think that she was extra, in my opinion anyway. I don't think that she was doing too much.
So
it's
you
no
think
different than anybody else, just because she's a mom. So because she's a mom, she can't dress sexy.
Well, she's a mom, and that's his girlfriend. They're in a known monogamous relationship.
Girlfriend, yes, okay.
That point would be okay if he wasn't telling her to shake her ass for the gram, too.
Before,
I think there was a video of her like kind of twerking it, and he posted it. So
he was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make a difference, Ish?
I think that he shouldn't. If that's the case, if she can't wear that outfit because she's a mom, then she shouldn't be showing her ass, like twerking her ass on the gram because she's a mom too. You got to pick a side and stay there.
Have we vetted if that video was before or after she was a mom?
She was pregnant.
In the video?
Yeah.
Twerking? Or what was she doing?
She was moving her butt. Yeah.
Huh?
She was just dancing her butt. Mm-hmm.
So like twerking, you saying?
Not twerking per se. She was dancing though. She didn't have any clothes on. She was in her bra and panties, and she was just dancing, being silly, like, but not like busting it open, twerking.
Right.
Okay. So now she's a mom. It doesn't make so. You guys agree with Isha's point? He should have never championed it at all. You saying that he can't have a change of heart?
I don't agree with that per se. I think that he's entitled to feel how he wants to feel. I don't agree with how he feels, but I can kind of understand it. I don't like the way he went about it though. Like, keep that shit at home. I don't know why you on the internet like a bitch about it. Like, if you got an issue with your girl, then talk to your girl at home. The shit that made it wrong was him tweeting and acting like a punk. But I don't see anything wrong with how he actually felt though.
I agree, Dana. I think he did that only because it was the fact that it was another man serenading his woman and how she was dressed. I think that damaged his ego. I think it was that. I don't even think it had anything to do with what she was wearing necessarily. It's because it was another man serenading his woman, so he felt away. That's really all it was. Because she could have been fully clothed or whatever else she's wearing, and he probably still would have felt the same way.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, go ahead, Tay.
No, I was going to say, I think it's okay for him to feel how he feels, right? I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but she can wear what she wants. But there's a way, I agree with Dana, there's a way to go about it. Like, you handle your in-house stuff in-house. And that was just, to me, that was just poor judgment, given the platform, given the randomness, and just given who she is. I don't think he went about it the right way. I think but that's his baby mama, so he has the right to feel. I just don't think how he went about letting people know how he felt was, the champion way to do this thing.
What about
I disagree.
So I have a problem. I think he's passive aggressive, and that's what irritated me about this. I think it's pure passive aggressive behavior, because I think he's more mad because it's his girl being serenaded by another man, and it makes him look crazy. I don't think it's about her being a mom. So that means nothing. If you're really mad because your girl's being serenaded by Usher, and say that. Don't hide behind it because you're a mom, because you think you're gonna get more support. Number one. Number two, did you not see what she had? I mean, did you not see what she had on before she left the house? Because y'all live together. I think they live together, I believe, or they're really like with each other a lot. But I just think that passive aggressive, that right undercurrent is what bothered me the most. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna cut you off.
I disagree with all of you guys. I think that their generation, that's how they do their thing. For those that don't know, Kiki has a podcast where him and her mama be on there, and they discuss topics openly, freely. I think that this is a normal thing on how they communicate with each other, and I feel like for their generation, that's what they do. I think that it was wrong, but I think that that's just how they communicate. Everybody was blasting him because first they were saying that he was body shaming her. Then they started to get on him about doing, like you said, love, passive aggressiveness. Then they started to form him as he was an abuser. Like, that was just all too much, because that is how they communicate. She hasn't spoken on it yet.
Yeah, she embarrassed him in public, right?
Right. She took the pictures. She took the pictures. And another thing, because I went back and looked at the video, because I didn't even know the back of it was open. But if y'all look at the video, my thing with the whole situation is Kiki particularly, this had her Me Too experience with Trey Songz about him forcing her to be sexual in a music video. But she was on top of Usher. And so then people tried to spin it and say that they're acting, or that's what it is. But at the end of the day, that's how they communicate with each other. And I don't see a problem with how he communicates, because that's how they communicate with each other. They go tit for tat on Twitter, and they do that all the time. If people don't know and they don't follow her, they do that. So I think it was new for us because we don't follow them like that, but it was not new to them.
So it's more like a publicity stunt type of thing, just to
And
get people going.
I actually do feel like it was a publicity stunt, only because, like I said, if anybody knows Kiki Palmer and know her mom is like the Black Kris Jenner. Like, Kiki is worth millions of dollars. She had her own production company when she was like 10 years old. Like, this is, to me, a publicity stunt. But again, this is how they communicate with each other. And I think everybody was going too far on him, expressing how they usually communicate with one another.
So here's another tweet. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother of his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe.
Was it before or after he made her mama, not a wife?
Nay, god damn.
I can't.
Come on, man. I have to finish the. Come on,
Go
man.
ahead.
I have to, but I'm saying, like, I'm reading the damn tweet. I can't even get through this shit. I rest my case. I forgot what the goddamn tweet was. Go ahead.
My bad. I was just saying, was that before or after he made her a baby mama? He took about being a wife, but then why didn't you wife her then? You just made her a baby mama. So, I mean, he said to my all these morals. Well, he didn't do the moral thing, which was make her a wife. Now he got all this stuff to say.
But what if they don't believe in getting married based on the government?
That could be possible. I don't know that, but that could be possible.
If that's how he feels, then he shouldn't reference in the tweet her being a wife.
Well, what if he he mentioned he had beliefs. So depending on your certain belief system, sex is marriage.
I took it as he was talking in general. I didn't think he meant we all know they're not married.
If Nay would have let us finish the tweet row, we could have understood it. But now everybody's just guessing. Yeah, so it said, I think Rose correct, where a man of the family wants the wife and mother to his kids to showcase her booty cheeks. So he is speaking in general, but he's talking about himself at the same time, I'm sure. What do you guys think about that tweet?
That's his belief. He's allowed to believe how he wants to believe. It's all about their relationship. So does she agree with that as well? And they have to talk about that. And they may be on separate wavelengths. I'm not sure it's a publicity stunt per se, because he took his social media down, and she didn't, like, she let him get roasted. Like, she didn't say, we had a conversation. Like, she didn't even address it. She left him out there hanging. And so now he's all these names and all these, societal ill, mannered man or whatever, and she didn't come defend him or say anything about the situation. She kind of gassed it up a little bit. She's doing her little shots and her little passive aggressive, yes, honey, and we lived and we like afterwards. And so but that's part of her personality, but they didn't come together and say anything jointly or anything else like that. She actually expounded upon it by doing some type of event in DC, I think last week after the incident. So I think that his beliefs are his beliefs, but I believe that they need to be on the same page, because obviously they're not if she went outside looking like that and he believes how he does.
Okay. Well, I think somebody said she was in Vegas. I don't think he was with her. Does that make a difference?
She still wouldn't have done it if they were on the same wavelength on their beliefs. She, no matter where she's at in the country and where he is, she wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Okay. What you guys think about that sentiment?
I agree. I think like your wife, there's a standard that she holds when she goes outside. She knows that she's representing you at all times, so she knows how to carry herself at all times.
Okay.
Yes, I think the same. Your reflection of, your man or your family. You represent them every time you go out. I think that's clear. And I think he had a good point. And to Rose's point with the different perspective of that's just how they communicate, I didn't think about that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. They young, so they be tweeting, talking to each other. But with that, I'm like, I don't believe it was a publicity stunt, because I don't think she need that. She got plenty of millions already. But it just seemed like it's just their regular life, and they just happen to be celebrities living it out on Twitter.
Also, a lot of people do that shit too, though. Regular people. If you go on old school Facebook, people be airing shit all the time. And then what people be saying, oh, take it off Facebook, take it off the internet. And then you look at they shit a year ago, they just got finished airing a significant other.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Definitely check out all the links in the description as well. We got merch, the podcast, so on and so forth. All right. So let's continue down this path, right? Masculine fragility. I think it was a dope question in that chat too. So do you think, well, let me ask this question, yes or no? Do you think what he tweeted out, what he said, how he felt was rooted in insecurity? Ro?
No, because I think it was a publicity stunt. No, but overall, no, I don't think it was rooted in his insecurity. I think at the end of the day, he saw his baby mama, girlfriend, close up on Usher, dancing on him. And I think because of her past issues with people being in her personal space and the issues she's dealt with, he was responding in that manner. I don't think it had anything to do with his insecurities.
Okay. Isha, what say you?
I think he was insecure. I think he's pretty much, he doesn't have a name for himself. She has a big name for herself. She was all up on Usher. I think that could have made him feel small. He didn't have to, if there was an issue with her, like everyone else said, he could have discussed that with her when he got home. He didn't have to put it on social media. I think he wanted a different response than what he received.
Okay. Tay, what say you?
I'm torn because I just feel like Usher don't want them girls. He getting his money regardless. And I felt like maybe they had, a previous connection because they're both in the music industry. So I really don't think it was I don't think Usher wanted her. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was a serenade. Okay, I'm gonna get her draws for real. And I just think she was into the moment, maybe having a good time. But I just don't I don't buy it, because just like, what's the girl, Winnie or whoever, he was coming around to sing to her and she jumped in her man's lap like, no, you ain't about to get me. So I just feel like if Kiki felt like she wanted to protect what they had, then she wouldn't have, vibed out.
Okay. Nay?
I think that it's part of the fact that Usher was serenading her and he felt a little bit away about that. But then it could have also been, he's like, well, she made me feel away in public, so I'm going to publicly say what I need to say. I don't agree with the fact that he did that, but I think he was kind of in his feelings a little bit about it, because it's like, you embarrassed me publicly and I don't like that. So he wanted to speak up on it. It had nothing to do with what she's wearing.
Was his response to it rooted in insecurity?
I can say that, yeah. I would say that, a little bit insecure.
Here for the T just became a new member, man.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Thank you, thank you. We appreciate the investment, man. Real shit, man. About goddamn time. Shit, I ain't gonna keep being nice. You know? Nah, thank you. We appreciate it. Damn, Dana, what say you? Was it rooted in insecurity?
Hell yeah, it was rooted in insecurity.
Wow.
I don't think his sentiments, I don't think his thoughts, I don't think his feelings about, how she was dressed was rooted in insecurity in particular, but the way he went about expressing it was just screaming, I'm insecure, I need attention, my feelings are hurt, I'm going to throw a tantrum and I'm going to embarrass you on the internet. And what kind of man, if you're supposed to be the head of our relationship, you going to go online and try to embarrass me on a public platform on Al Gore's internet? Are you out of your fucking mind? That's crazy to me. No, that's definitely insecure. That's some bitch nigga shit. I don't respect that.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, love. I think you already answered, but go ahead.
Absolutely screams insecurity, because if he was for real, he'd have cussed her butt out on a text message. That's what if he really felt that way, cuss her out on a text. You made yourself like a punk. Like, you made yourself look real crazy and wild on these internet streets. Dana said these Al Gore internet streets. Tweeting that? Nigga, like, you're embarrassing yourself.
He should have been like, man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna cuss you. Call me when you get in that hotel. That's what I was.
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Oh, man.
I would put myself on display. But me, I do stuff in private, because don't you embarrass me. Come here. You better call me. I'm gonna text you. But so no, do that in private. Don't let people know our business. He should have texted her. Girl, if you don't get your butt home back to LA or wherever she at.
Hey, damn all that. Go ahead and turn your camera off and go change your shirt. Probably put you in the back.
Why? What are you talking about?
You got too much shoulder, chest, all that shit.
I work for this. I work for these.
Fuck it, man. Go change, nigga. Joe with the $10 super chat. Homeboy effed up when he aired Kiki out on social media with it. Also, I could see if it was a real one like T.I., but Usher, that was a joke. If you know, you know. I think they keep talking about some Boondocks episode. I think like there's some type of...
There's a Boondocks episode. The same thing happened, but it was a white lady.
Okay. Joe with the 10 ball too. Damn, man. So I think, so the sentiment is because it was on social media. That's like the biggest flaw. So you're not saying that he couldn't have said what he needed to say, but good grief, man. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Let me find out, Asia.
Hampton pulled a Darius. That he did exactly what
like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
No, I told you. She knew. Nope, bro. I can't fade that. She know the expectations.
And Kiki did too. She decided to leave anyways.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Interesting. Good God Almighty, man. All right, so let me ask this question.
Add one last thing real quick. I think that it's kind of weird and whack, and maybe it's very performative for all these women to be swooning over Usher, knowing he has herpes, allegedly. Like, I don't understand how you can really sit there and be like, yes, because I'm in front of my mind, all I see is herpes symptoms, allegedly. I would just be like, ooh, child, you spit on me because I don't want to get that bump. Like, that's
wow.
Allegedly. Like,
hold on, man. Oh, here for the T got 2 pages, man. Word. Thank you. Let's get these memberships up, man. I'm telling you, I got discount codes. You get the episode. Some of the ones that be on fire, I send them to the members first, then everybody else, man. So salute. Damn. All right. So yeah, Usher spit on me. I'm gonna beat his ass, man. That's for damn sure. Usher might could fight though.
No,
so no, man. He from
his little brother. Yes, not him.
Bro, you don't know everybody. You never been to Miami Beach.
I don't have to be to Miami.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
So, all right, let's keep down this path. Are men's concerns regarding what their women wear largely rooted in insecurity? So, regular men, like myself, like the cats in the chat, are men's concerns regarding what their women wear largely rooted in insecurity?
So why do you want us to cover up our chest area, Ham?
Oh, it's like provocative. I wanted to hear what you say, not what you look like.
That's a good answer. I think that's why men, for protection, I think that's why they sometimes have a concern about what we're wearing.
So you think but I want to use the word largely because I want to know, like, you think most men it's rooted in insecurity, or you think it's protection, what they deem appropriate? Like, what do you think, it's more positive or like negative, like insecurity?
I think for most men it's protection, right? Because they don't want us walking in the middle of the street at night with our butts out in a sheer dress, because they know that eventually either they're going to catch another man looking at us, or a guy may feel friendly and touch us, and he has to step into a mode of protection. And I think that is what is the issue with most men when they think about what we're wearing.
Okay. All right. Let's say Isha. Hold on. Let me just real quick. Make sure y'all subscribe to Here for the Tees channel. Let me make sure this is the right one. She got a bunch of channels and shit. But definitely go subscribe. 777 put the link in the chat and all that. So yeah, support, man. It's a community thing. What'd you say, Ish?
I think it's for protection. Also, no real man wants another man to know what he has. Like, that's his. And no woman should want to show off what is sacred to her man, her husband either. So.
Okay. Super chat. The Loud and Strong podcast. $5 super chat. Black women want black men to lead, but when this black man stood up, y'all shamed him. Damn, why you shame him, Dana? Why was he a bitch ass nigga and all that?
Shut up. I didn't say. If you had listened to what the fuck I said I agree with his sentiment, and I agree that he's entitled to feel how he feels. He's a bitch for going on Twitter and doing that whole ass shit online. That's what I said.
Your Cali came out when you said line. I want you to know that. So you like told Loud and Strong to shut up, and then called the man a bitch for doing it online. that ain't shaming.
I'm not shaming him for how he feels. I'm not shaming him for the sentiment. I'm shaming him because that was some whole ass behavior. Get your ass off. Them Twitter fingers was just too strong for me. Get the fuck offline and go talk to your girl. Go handle your shit privately. What the fuck are you doing?
Agreed.
Okay. All right. Well, good grief. Loud and Strong. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute if you want to come up here. So, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think it in terms of the largely insecurity, I think it's more so respect, not out of insecurity. Most men anyway, I think, because like I said, you representing your man or whoever your family is when you go out the house. So if you beside me and I got my cheeks out, then you clearly secure in that. So I just feel like it depends on the man, but largely I don't think it has to do with insecurity. It's more so of, you're gonna be respectful in how you represent us as a whole, as a team.
Okay. All right. So I'm kind of surprised. All right, Love, what say you?
Same thing. I agree 100% with what Ro and Tay said and Isha said. I definitely don't think it's insecurity at all.
Okay.
Largely, it's not. Nope.
So you think, Dana? You feel the same, Dana?
I feel the exact same. Overarchingly, it's not rooted in insecurity. I don't think it's just more of a preference of how you want your partner to conduct themselves in decorum and present themselves to the world, and yada yada yada. I don't think much of it has to do with protection. I disagree with that portion of it, but I don't think it's rooted in insecurity.
Why not the protection portion?
Because I don't think that's the first thing that comes to mind when they see us dressed provocatively or showing too much skin. It's just I'm uncomfortable with this because of the way that you look and because of how other people might look at you and see what you have rather than what they might do to you.
Well, do you think? Well, protection may not necessarily be like physical violence, but like, could it like? And I know we had this conversation before. But are you less likely to get certain treatment if you're not dressed provocatively, like the cat calling in? Because a nigga might call you differently depending on what you got on.
Might.
Is that?
He might. I mean, to be honest with you, no, I don't think it's that much different, because if somebody wants to cat call, or if they see somebody walking down the street, if you got a fat ass and you walking down the street, it don't matter if you got on pajamas, if you got on scrubs, if you got on whatever. If they want to cat call you, they're still going to cat call you. And so what you're wearing doesn't really, I don't think it invites any more attention than you just existing and being shapely and beautiful or whatever it is.
Well, I noticed you mentioned scrubs and pajamas and fat ass. All those three things go together. So, I don't know. That might have been a subconscious thing you just did there.
I don't know. I don't have a big ass, so I can't speak on it.
Wow. Loud and strong with the $5 super chat. You want to publicly act out, but you want private repercussions! Exclamation point. That was a sentiment that was made. And I think Ro kind of hit it on the head though. They talk that shit on Twitter. Twitter is the space for that for them. So, but yeah, man, I think if you act out in public, like, but I guess I've always heard like some parents, like when you get home, you're gonna get a whooping, but they generally don't be whooping ass in the middle of the store. I guess maybe that's the sentiment. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of this shit. Damn. So Nate, what say you? You think men, when they are concerned regarding what their woman wears, is it rooted in insecurity, or you think it's more respect and so on and so forth?
I actually agree with the ladies on the panel. I think it's like they're protecting their investment. No man wants other men. Obviously, they're gonna look anyway, but then it may invite certain things. So it's like they're trying to protect their woman, because then they're like, nah, I gotta jump and I gotta fight this nigga because, or say something to him because maybe he's coming at my woman in the wrong way. So they feel like I'm protecting my woman. I don't think no man out there wants to see their woman dressed a certain way. But of course, it's a way you can go about it. You got to publicly shame her in a sense, but I think that it's all about protection, in my opinion. Yeah.
Do you guys think it's fair to say, like, yeah, I think men will approach if you got a pretty face or whatever the case is. However, do you think like it's more likely to happen though? Like, do you feel like it could be like marketing? Like if you have things that are revealing, wouldn't the assumption if you went out with a man then you single? You think men might assume that also based on what you got on?
If you're dressed more provocative, you're single?
Like it's like a for sale sign. If you got your ass and your titties out, it is unlikely that you got a man. That's how men would think. Do you think that makes sense or no?
No, because there's women that will still go out like that regardless if they have a man or not. They're like, this is what the hell I want to wear, so I'm gonna wear it, and they're gonna have the ass and titties out anyway. It doesn't.
No, I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men. So if men see you butt ass, like let's say you got a G-string bikini, he ain't thinking that you got a man.
Agreed. I agree. No, I agree with you, Hamp, on that. I was trying to figure out what you were saying because you were kind of chopping it up. But yes, I agree with you, because if you are walking around with the G-string, the first thought is gotta be single, and or you are advertising. I've always said that. You walk around with your butt cheeks hanging out. Yeah, you're advertising, and you're advertising that you want it's available for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I agree with you on that.
I still disagree because I'm thinking about honestly when there's women that be going on these girls trips and they still be like, let me rock this string bikini and have everything out, and they'll still do it and they have a whole man at home because they be like, well, I'm out, I'm having fun with the girls.
And they'll still be down for a little vacation rendezvous. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
That's true.
Yeah, they be on some shit.
I don't know. I can't agree with it's advertising because I literally just went to Mexico. My cheeks was all out, and I just feel like I wasn't advertising.
Now I gotta talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, my point is that
nah. You brought it up. No,
I got a question.
We weren't advertising anything. We just wanted to have a good time.
Now. Yeah, let me put her on that. Hold on now. Hold on now. Nope. Nah. Hold on. Hold on now. Watch out, love. Now, did we have a conversation about that? We did.
We did.
So what was the out? I ain't done. What was the outcome?
Me and my outfit, or what?
The outfit. The goddamn end of the conversation. How did we feel about that once it was all said and done?
I mean, you didn't like it. Yeah, that was expressed.
Was it just me?
Actually, yes. Because he didn't have a problem with it. Because like I said, I sent him that picture before. So
you know what I said to him after?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Soft ass nigga.
I'm sure you did.
Damn, man. Yeah, I think this one. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Tay. What'd you say?
And I was just saying I was not advertising. Let that be clear.
All right. So I heard this dude made an analogy. I forget who made it. But he's like, let's say you buy a brand new car, right? And then you're driving that car around. Then 2 weeks later, the dealership come in, and when they say, hey, you need to put a for sale sign on it. Would you put a for sale sign on it? You just bought it? It's yours, right? Or no? I feel like you get a woman and then she walk around a G-string bikini. You just slapped a big ass for sale sign on it. Tag sale sign too. One of the big old joints that's metal on her back. Like, men ain't going for that, man. Love, what was your question?
My question was for Tay. So I'm trying to talk like I don't know what's really going on. So if you were on this vacation with your girls and you got all your cheeks out, if you look good to somebody and they were speaking right, you kind of might have, might have went down. Something would have went down, right? Maybe a little touching. You're very virtuous.
No, because first of all, ain't no stranger touching me.
No. Come on, Tay. We in the club, we drinking. Wait, hold on, girl. I'm sorry. Well, maybe it's just me then. We in the club, we drinking, we talking, we vibing real good. What are you doing after this? Now, mind you, on vacation. It's hot, it's sticky, it's sexy, and y'all drinking and everything else. And we go back to the jacuzzi. We sit there and vibe and da. You like, oh my God. So you don't even have those kind of conversations on vacation. Because this man looking good, or woman, man or woman looking real good.
I mean, if I find someone attractive, man or woman, I'm gonna speak my piece. But they don't have nothing. I can find you attractive and not want to have sex with you.
Not sex, touch. It could even be a simple touch, right?
I don't feel like everybody. No, I don't go around touching people, and I don't go around letting people touch me.
You're so virtuous.
So you don't dance. You don't dance in the like especially when you OT.
I don't go to.
Well, you OC. If you out of the country. You saying like y'all don't be going to the salsa or the reggae soca? Like, come
together, on. Like my friends and I, yes, but I don't. I mean, I'm not there for other people. I'm there for that company.
So y'all don't dance. Like you don't dance in general.
I do dance. I like to dance. I dance in the middle of my living room.
You don't dance with people.
If I'm dating someone exclusively, no, I'm not dancing with anyone. I'm not touching anyone. I'm not letting anyone touch me.
Okay.
But that's
all right. So as long as you're not on some huggy bear shit, then you dance with people.
I mean, I just say be respectful of your situation. If you single, do you?
You ain't get tongue tied, did you?
A little bit. But if you're not single, then just, again, be respectful of your situation.
Yo, Nate. I mean, Tay, the comments ain't going good for you. Like,
I mean, it is what it is.
It just sounded shaky, man. Dana, ask her a question, man. She on the ropes.
I mean, what it is. I don't really care what people think.
I ain't got nothing for Tay. Tay spoke her mind, and it is what it is. I'm rolling with Tay.
Shit like
Tay
that,
all day.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
You know what's crazy? Ain't nobody. First off, that the girls trip shit is out anyway.
Obviously not for her situation. It's not, obviously.
Oh no, that was after. That was before.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah, this was planned over a year ago, and it was happening regardless.
Oh, okay.
Why is the girls trip out, Hamp?
Because they're crazy.
Women in relationships, especially married women, ain't going on no girls trip.
Why?
Nah, because of shit like that. Shit that Tay just got tongue tied about. Nope. Nope. He should keep licking her tongue out every time we say girls trip. Hell nah, nope.
Put him in a fucking bed. Get him out of here.
First of all, I didn't lick my tongue out. I just shook my head, Ham. You're just exaggerating everything today.
For real. What happens on girls trips? All right, now let's talk about. I'm sick of y'all shit. What happens on girls trips? Love.
Nothing. We sit there and just dance with each other, and we drink water, and
we have a prayer circle.
Bible study.
You see what I mean? Y'all just answer the question, man. Nah. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Yo, they wilding up here, man. Tay hiding something. They doing prayer circles on girls' trips. They think men aren't insecure. They think something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. Hank was good. Hank the basement with the $2 super chat. No girls trips, couples trips. Word. They calling cap on y'all like shit, man.
Yeah, when you're married, you go on couples trips.
Or in a relationship, right?
Right, there you go, Tay.
Not while you're dating, no. You go on a couples trip when you're dating.
Damn, man. Hold on a second. Wait, you do or don't go on girls trips when you're in a relationship?
When you're dating and you're in a relationship and you're not married, you go on girls trips. When you're married, you go on couples trips.
I agree.
Why don't you want to go on a couples trip if you're in a relationship with other couples and you already do other couples shit together?
If the couples are all dating, but married couples don't want to be around people that are just dating unless they know like it's going to be a proposal going to happen or something like that. They don't want to go on a date with the people that are just in a relationship.
No, I wasn't saying like married couples and couples and non-married couples. I'm saying, let me clarify. So are you saying that if you're in a relationship and Tay is in a relationship, but neither of you are married, y'all aren't going on couples trips together? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm trying to say is basically whatever similar situation you're in, that's pretty much the couples you're going to go with. You're not going to, I know married couples don't really go on relationship, bring in people that are not married. They usually bring in their other married friends. They offer them the trip.
I understand what you're saying. I think I was just a little confused because you said when you're single, you mean single as an unmarried, you go on girls trips, and then when you're married, you go on couples trips. So, but you can go on couples trips in a relationship. Yes. You're not married, but just not with married couples.
Right.
Okay.
It's just like restriction to me.
I can't say it's a restriction. I just think it's like, it's kind of like, to me, like my girlfriend was telling me she having an event and there's going to be a lot of couples there. I'm single. So I had to ask her, I was like, is single people going to be there? Or are you saying I can't go? Or are you saying you're not inviting me? And she was like, no, there's single people that's going to be there. But she wanted to let me know that there were couples, married couples were going to be there. So I just think appropriately, I would not want to go on a trip with a whole bunch of married people because I'm single.
Would you go on a girls trip with married women?
Yes. If they weren't bringing their husbands, yeah.
Okay.
But again, my situation might be a little different because I'm not gonna. Again, we might have different things that we're doing because the married people might be doing, females might be doing something different than what I'm doing as a single person.
No, that's out.
You're
The
blurry.
single, yeah, I know I'm gonna fix it, but the single friends is the one that get everybody in trouble.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
you gotta know your friends, though. They gotta know
We hold each other accountable. Didn't we go through this shit
Yeah,
already?
you hold ourselves accountable.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Damn, no, they don't go with the whole friends. If you know your friend gonna be hoeing out there, you know she loosey goosey. Nah, that's not the friends that you hang out
A
with.
married. Think about
I
what
don't
you
know
just
a hoe.
said. A married woman has whole friends.
Who said that? Who said that?
Nay,
No,
Nay. She
I
said
said
you don't.
I said you have to know your friends. If you know that you got somebody that's like, oh, like, nah, you're not gonna.
Nay, that ain't what you said.
I said no. You don't go with your whole friends. You don't go out there with friends. You know
we
they
know
gonna
what
probably
you
act
said.
up like,
We know what you said. We're just letting Asia know what you said.
I didn't hear her say that, but yeah, none of my friends are hoes, so I wouldn't go on. I don't have girls trips with hoes on them. Like I don't hang with hoes.
So you don't go out. You don't. Those are the friends that don't get invited. You know,
Right. I don't even know them kind of
from a
women.
distance. You're not going.
Nay. Listen to what you're saying. The context is a married woman and she has whore friends.
So that's your friend from a distance. Because y'all may have to
stop. Why don't you just stop? You fucked up already. Just stop.
But they can be a friend from a distance. You cool with them, but you like, yeah, we can't hang out too much because you've been involved.
You can't hang out with them. They can't call your house. They can't come to your house. They can't be at the house but with your husband by themselves.
Y'all can go out to brunch. Y'all can go to brunch during the daytime and just eat brunch, but y'all not hanging out like too tough like that.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Sometimes you win some, you lose some. Take that L, man. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I don't know if we got a lot of smoke in the chat today. I'm gonna drop the link though. I think everybody just
they missed us. Yeah, they missed us. And we talking real good tonight. Ain't no smoke tonight.
Yeah, word. All right. Let me
Famous last words.
Hey, you know what phrase get the most people going to the hospital? Watch this. They get fucked up after they say that. All right, so let me ask this question then, because I want to stay on that track, so there might be a tad bit of redundancy, but it's fine. Is a man dictating what's appropriate for his woman to wear controlling? So, like
we're ready. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, just as an example, in the chat, 777 said his wife ain't going out looking too pretty. You better wear a jacket on. She can't go out looking too pretty if he ain't with her. Or like, my wife went through her closet and she has some clothes in there for when she was single. Needless to say, those clothes got donated to Goodwill.
Shit like that.
So how do y'all feel about this? Is it appropriate or is it err on the side of controlling?
It's actually controlling. Dictating and controlling go hand in hand. Like they literally are the same thing, just different ways of saying it. So Jackie in the blanket, that's funny. So yeah, you shouldn't. A dictator controls and makes the rules, and they have to be, people have to abide by them. And your wife threw her clothes because she chose to, because she knew that you wouldn't like it, and she felt as a wife like that was her decision. You didn't. If you start taking stuff out of her closet and then you throwing it away, that's controlling and saying you better not wear that. Or honey, I don't like when you wear this kind of clothes. Or she may throw it out on her own because she knows she's a wife and a mother, and her attitude has changed. So dictating is absolutely controlling. And you can allow your ideology to be expressed, and it's all about your partner to respect that. But trying to dictate and control things is problematic.
Is that for either way? Because some men
absolutely controlling and absolutely. I'm very fair. Dictating and controlling on the.
I'm saying if a man says that he wants his wife to wear that stuff outside, because there are some men that you go to shows and things like that, they want their wife to show, her butt. They
if
want her
she's
to
not comfortable with it, and he's saying, he's pimping her out then. Like, either way is bad either way, right? So if she's not comfortable with it, because I want you to show your booty cheeks out, like, why? So what they're mixing them, like, man, you got that. How you get that? Or can I try some? Can I borrow it? Come on, man.
Some men allow their wives or want their wives to show their assets because it might be a booster to them. But
problematic.
You see,
still problematic.
Love. Now you see how some answers start to just be just watery. Yeah. Like there's some simp pussy bitch that wants his wife to be naked, right? Dana says bad words better than me.
She does. Come on here, Dana.
Like, come on, man. Stop.
That's like an old sailor. Come on. I love the way Dana cuss.
Hank the basement with the $2 super chat. No girls trips, couples trip. No.
You already read that one.
Yeah, this one. Hank the basement with $2 super chat. Hank, what's popping? Dating or married? No girls trips at all. Man, word. So let Ro go ahead and answer. I'm convinced that Ro cannot see super chats. When I put them up, she doesn't give a fuck. So just putting that out there. Is a man dictating what appropriate for his woman to wear controlling?
I think he should have some input. If he don't like something, he don't like it. And I might, I'm not gonna wear it if he don't like it if we're going out together.
Whoa. You meant together. So what if he not with you? You gonna hit him with the Kiki Palmer?
I mean, no, like, of course, I'm like everybody else. I would make sure that I'm dressing appropriately if I'm by myself. Because again, the whole protection sentiment, I feel like he wants to protect me. So he don't want me to be out there wearing and showing certain things. So I wouldn't wear it by myself. I got too much.
Too much what? Oh.
Too much.
Come on here, too much. Yes,
you got the assets.
I just had to drop the link, man. Real Bravado Network, what's good? Allow. If Thougtzilla wants to be out there like that, ain't nothing a husband can do but give her termination papers.
Wow.
I guess that's somebody kind of made that point. Because can you make her do something?
Absolutely not.
I think if you're married to her, you have the right to, because she's falling under your leadership, because that's what you signed up for. As far as just dating, you can say, okay, if you don't do what I say, then, get to walking. But absolutely, if you're married, you have the right to, if you want to reach in my closet and throw something away, that's what I signed up for. But
go ahead, my bad. Yo, real quick, everybody go 777, one of the moderators, do me a favor, find Real Bravado's link, please. Share his channel. Everybody subscribe. Real Bravado will be on the This Might Be Risky network tomorrow for the original show. This Might Be Risky. We are talking about the importance of fathers. If you look back at his channel, he did what is it called? Reaction to one of our videos, and he went in. So it was only right that we go head to head tomorrow. I feel like it's gonna be real smoky. So tune in, man. Yeah, he said give Godzilla them walking papers, man.
Shit like that.
I just dropped the link for questions, comments, or smoke.
Can I add a clarifying statement? Well, not even clarifying.
Go ahead. Then I'm gonna pull the first one up.
I just want to expound upon it. It's all about a person's true choice and decision, because I agree you should sign up for that. That's your husband. If he says don't wear it, don't wear it. But it also has to be in you, because you don't want resentment to build up, or like when you're in middle school and change your clothes when you leave the house. So she has to want to also, she has to agree with that. I just think, and again, I just don't, if y'all remember from past episodes, I don't like control and dictating either side. So I just want people to be in alignment with one another. I think that's the most important piece.
Yeah. I mean, I speak for myself. Like, yeah, you can't really force, but she not wearing that. If certain things are worn out the house, then there will be walking papers. So I guess that's the only option. right? Hank, what's popping? How you? You on mute?
So what's going on with Diane? How you doing, big brother? How you ladies doing?
Good.
Oh,
good.
hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
Hanging in there.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Dana?
Nothing.
You was on mute. I didn't hear you. I knew you were saying something though.
She just said, "Hey."
Oh, okay. How you doing? I don't think we met last time, did we?
Dana here? No.
Yeah.
Oh, Dana.
I think so. Yeah, we did.
I didn't know if you got blessed. That's cool. Okay, cool.
Shit like that.
So,
shit
Hank,
like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Question, comment, or smoke?
Well, I don't think it's too much smoke. I'm just concerned about these ladies in this girl trip, and I guess having issues with her man or her husband expressing his displeasure for what she may be wearing. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with the girl trip first for 200. Why is it so important that y'all go on these girl trips without your man? I just go on these girl trips just out of the country, out of town, or whatever the case may be. Why is that so important? Want to reestablish your independence, or what is it?
It's important, just like you guys go to the basketball games together, and you guys go to the football games together, and you guys go fishing together.
But we in the same city, the same state.
No, sometimes
not always.
Not always.
Okay.
Hank, do you not trust the woman that you're with, that you feel like if she goes away on a girl trip, something can happen? Like, that's just my opinion. When you said that, I'm like,
no, it's not lack of
trust. You're with.
It's not has nothing to do with the lack of trust. It's just all about safety and being precautious. It's a dangerous time right now. I'm sorry, what you say?
Precautious of what?
It's the dangerous times right now. We just had some lady just got abducted for a few days in Alabama. We don't need that. We got a woman over in Dubai right now because her mouth got slit. We don't need that. So those are two samples right there, ladies, that y'all probably want to take note of on why y'all probably need to be with your man or your husband while you out of the country, out of the state, out of town, whichever way you want to look at it.
You don't believe in something called like safety in numbers? So if she's going out with friends,
I do not. I do not.
Okay.
I do not. That's some bull crap. Safety in numbers. If they want you, they're gonna get you. I don't think they care about how many numbers. We've seen that way too much.
Well, I mean, you just named the woman that just got abducted, but she was abducted by herself, right?
Look, her again. We don't know where she was going to. We don't know where her end destination was. But you're right. She was by herself when she got abducted. So it's possible. Y'all could go off to the bathroom by yourself, and as soon as you come out the bathroom, you get snatched up.
No. But we don't do that.
Y'all gonna go
no, we don't. We be like, girl, I'm coming with you. We go together. It's safety in numbers.
If a man wants you, he's gonna take you, and he take you right there in front of your man. He'll take you right, like I said, right in front of your man. He could take you right there in front of your girlfriend. What are you going to do?
We got hands. Me and my girls got hands. We ain't nobody snatching us when we
put him in the fucking bathroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
I see you're Captain Marvel. Okay, I got you. I know who I'm going to deal with. Okay, I got you.
Yo, our dog walk. If all five of y'all was together, y'all all getting kidnapped by me, by myself. I guarantee.
You know better than that.
Let them live in that world, baby. Let them breathe in that world. That's what
they're gonna pop off.
That's what they want to do.
Oh no, I made it very clear. I can't fight.
So Dana already know. I'm going with my man. Me and my man going to have a good time.
I am being abducted. I am not going on the girls trip.
That's right. See, Dana said I'm going to football game with my man. I'm going to the Bahamas with my man. I know it. Don't get shit, Dana. Hey, don't let these girls get you snatched up.
I'm going on a girls trip.
And,
no. So do you think that women shouldn't go on solo trips either? Then
no.
If he don't want to go on a girl trip, he definitely wants to go by ourselves.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't believe in that either.
I don't think it's a safe thing to do. I really don't. I mean, unfortunately, these times right now that we're living in, it's unfortunate that it has to be like that.
Same shit been happening since the beginning of time. We do know that, though, right? It's not.
Yeah, but it seems like it's happened a little. It seems like it's happened a little bit more though. Maybe because it's getting publicized or put out there more. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah,
I don't know,
so.
I'm not liking how it's going, and I hate to see hear a story about one of you ladies are being snatched because y'all was having a good time and y'all was out of the country, but one of y'all got snatched up.
Is that the only reason, Hank, that you don't want us on the girls' trip because of safety and protection? That's the only.
Yeah, other than that, look, please believe a man likes his time alone. I promise you, it's not because he needs a break from you, because he's gonna go to that football game. It's gonna last about 4 hours, and gonna go to the bar at the cigar bar, have a cigar, and probably hang out there for another 2 hours, shoot a game of pool, and before he come out. So now he done work. He done been out for a whole 8-hour shift.
Yeah,
so
but what I mean is
being away from you. But it's about the safety for me. Now, I'm not going to answer for what Hank may feel or John the Baptist may feel. They may feel differently. That's just my feeling. That's my opinion about it. That's
but I understand that. But what I'm saying is, are you not concerned? Like, you not wanting her to go on the girls' trip has nothing to do with how she would behave or conduct herself. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, I would already have my my lady in line as far as knowing the correct behavior, the correct. Did that offend y'all when I said have her in line? Yeah, that's exactly.
It's the control for me, but go ahead, go on.
Call it what you want to. You call it control. It's called. There's a way you conduct yourself. Because if I'm gonna bless you with my last name, you have my last name. I need for you to know how to act in public and in private.
But you don't have to tell her that. If she respects herself. Then why would you marry her if she doesn't know how to respect that already? You married her because you feel like she's going to respect you.
That's our problem. We just assume these things. So I got to let it be known. These are my expectations. These are my standards. And I'm not moving off of them. And if you don't like them, then you could be to the streets.
But it goes back to what I said. So it's basically because you don't trust her. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you don't trust your woman. You feel like you got to go through all those measures. If she has a level of respect for herself in general, she's going to respect you as her man. You don't have to tell her that. Why?
In the beginning, I have to train. I have to teach. I have to educate her. What I like, what I don't like. What turns me on, what don't turn me on. Yes, you do this.
She should know that automatically. You got with her.
No, you can't assume people automatically know that. Okay. You can't assume that. So we assume everybody's good. Until they're not. No, I don't. So if you say I'm stereotyping, so be it. I'm not going to assume anything. But I'm going to educate. Dana, if I'm with you, I'm going to educate you. I'm going to let you know. You're going to know how I move, how I don't move, what I can stand, what I don't stand, what I would tolerate, what I would not tolerate. I will let y'all. So you can't come back in the lane and go, well, I didn't know that's what you like or not like. You didn't tell me. I didn't know. I'm not a mind reader. You damn right you're not a mind reader. I'm going to put it in your head, though.
Shit like that.
That's the way you can communicate it. The way you sound like you're communicating is like you're authoritative. Why do you feel like you have to be authoritative though? In a controlling way. That's how it sounds. You can laugh.
No. That wasn't me laughing. That was John the Baptist.
John the Baptist
that was me laughing.
So are you nervous because my voice is deep? I'm 6'3",
nervous.
360. Because you sit there saying like I'm a dictator or something. Ma'am, I know it's called tone and delivery. And I'm gonna come to her with love. You know what I'm saying? I'm an educator with love.
Okay.
I'm gonna teach you in love. I'm not gonna be I guess with a dictator or nothing like that. No, I'm not gonna be like that. But I'm gonna let you know in a loving, kind, sweet voice. If that's what you need to do to get the message, I'm gonna come there to you. Okay. But the message is still gonna be the message.
Okay, so how you were saying originally did not sound very loving. It sounds more authoritative. So there is a way you say it, is what I'm saying.
So you want me to talk sweet like I do to my lady? Is that what you want?
I don't want you to do a damn thing for me. You ain't my man.
But that's what it sounds like you want to hear.
I'm just saying.
I want to hear you talk sweet.
There's a way to say it, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Me too.
There's a way. What happened?
Shit like that.
We want to hear her talk sweet.
I'm going to give y'all a sample.
Okay.
Hello, Nate. I mean, I'm going to say...
Say more. Say more.
Hold on.
Am I supposed to be turned on by that?
No, I said hello.
Just respond.
How
Let me move her off because she be the one I leave at the restaurant.
And that's cool.
Try it again, Hank. Try it again.
Go ahead, Asia. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
How
love.
you doing this evening? How you doing? You looking good.
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Welcome. I'm good. I like them glasses on you.
Thank you.
I like that.
Make sure I keep them on next time I see you.
Such a pretty smile you have. Well, look here, let me tell
You
you
want to see
something.
more often?
I would love that. I would love that. But
Shoot your shot, bitch. Yeah.
No, he got a woman. He got somebody. He over here
Can I
free
talk
talking
to you for a
love. He
minute?
got a whole woman.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
Look,
yeah.
I know you've been talking about you and your girlfriends going these girl trips. I'm not okay with that, love. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm not okay with that. And I would appreciate if you wouldn't go. Now, if you want to put the blame on me, tell your girlfriends your man won't let you go, then I'll take that hit. I wear the black hat.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I know you're gonna be safe with me. And don't worry.
Yes,
we're gonna take our own trip. We're gonna take our own trip. And let them be on the outside looking in. You know, it's cold on the outside looking in, right? But
I want to be warm with you. I want to be warm with you. F them girls. F them hoes.
Shit like that.
And we're gonna be in Gatlinburg in the cabin. We're gonna have a good time in our tub. Sipping on some a glass of wine if that's what you like.
I love it. It'll be even better with you.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Talk to you later.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Hey, that's how I would
like
approach
that.
the
Shit like that.
situation.
Like that.
But you wouldn't know that because I done Ubered your ass back to the streets.
Who you Ubered back to the streets?
Hey, I just
I don't
started.
need you to Uber me a goddamn thing. I got my own coins. I can do
Look at you getting all mad. You and your feelings. That's cool.
That can be.
That's
You can
cool. I
what you
understand.
want, sir.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's all good though. It's all good.
What you want?
But now the attire, yeah, that's gonna be another conversation. We got to keep it respectful, right? We got to keep it respectful. I don't want everybody to see my goods. They're not entitled to that. That's for me and me only, right? So if me and Love going out, I say, baby, let's go out for dinner. I want you to put on something real nice, something sexy, not too revealing, but something sexy. Leave something to the imagination. A man loves to visualize. You know what I'm saying? I want to visualize everything, and I can't do that when you're doing this. So
you talking right.
You got to be appropriate. My lady already knows. You got to be dressed appropriate.
Let me hit these super chats. True impact with shout out super.
I'm out. I got to go. I got to do King's Talk tonight, but I just want to come up here and give the ladies and you have something to think about. Now, I'm sure I'm gonna get Nate's gonna kill me later, and that's cool. We still cool, Nate.
I am not gonna kill you later. Okay.
I feel like
it works for your relationship, but that's cool.
Hey, I love my woman. She loves me.
Take it easy, Big Hank.
All right, now, John Baptist. Y'all be safe.
Yo, Hank, be safe, bro.
Bye, Hank.
Hey, y'all like, share, subscribe to Hank the Basement. 777 said when Hank started talking cute and shit, he bounced. I'm out of here. He said, what the fuck is going on? True Impact with a $5 super chat. I love it. No sweet voice. He switched it up, True Impact. Mike Brown, where you been at, bro? This is risky as hell. Word. Real bravado with the $10 super chat. Hank! Exclamation point. Miss Nay wants to tell you what kind of man you should be, and she wants to direct your male voice. Miss Nay, in the context of how you're using the word, it's not authoritative, it's authoritarian. Damn.
Oh, that's fine. Somebody gonna get in that ass tomorrow though, but that's cool.
Yo. Damn, man. John the Baptist, what's shaking, bro? Can you hear me? Check. Man, John the Baptist got that goddamn Metro PCS hookup. Man.
Metro PCS, I got it.
Shit, everything wrong with Metro PCS. You ain't in high school.
I'm in a bad area. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. What's popping?
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing the right thing, bro. What's up? What you got? Question, comment, or smoke?
I got some smoke for the ladies tonight.
Go ahead.
John, not you.
I actually want to kind of something Miss Love said earlier. So, Miss Love, we at a restaurant enjoying a nice meal. My words to you are: get up, go to the car. What's your response?
For what? Like, are we eating? Are we meal?
we're in the middle of a, we had a dinner. We had a nice dinner at a restaurant. In the middle of the meal, I said, "Get up and go to the car." What's your response?
You're my man. I trust you. I'm gonna get up because that means danger is around. I'm gonna get in that car and you better be right behind me and you better explain later. But I'm gonna get up and go to the car. Like I see black people running, I'm gonna run too. I'm good. I would get up and go to the car because you're my man and I trust you, and believe in you. So I'm gonna go. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, dang, I gotta get up. Can I take this biscuit real quick?
Okay, you brought a plane ticket to go on a girls' trip. I come home and I found out and I said, you can't go. Cancel the trip. Well, you say if I cancel the trip, I'm gonna lose 50% of my flight or my funds. What do you do?
I wouldn't have, if I'm with you, I wouldn't have bought the ticket in the first place. I set myself up for failure. Like I'm like, why even put myself in that situation? I'm not gonna buy it. That's stupid.
No, the question was though, you brought the ticket already. I find out and I tell you, cancel it. Cancel the hotel, cancel the plane tickets, and you lose 50% of your funds of everything.
Well,
what do you do?
Yes. So since you're making me have already bought it, which I wouldn't do if I'm with you, that would be my fault for being stupid for not knowing my man. So I just gotta take that L. Take that L because you're being stupid not knowing your partner.
Okay, so that's controlling. That's controlling. That's dictating.
You're not no, sir. You can't back me into now. Listen, you can't back me into a corner with that situation. I told you if I know my man, I wouldn't have bought the plane ticket in the first place. So that's
what I'm saying.
Of me.
What I'm saying to you though, Ms. Love, is that that's me controlling the narrative. That's me controlling the situation. That's me controlling you.
It's not. No, it's not. Because if I'm with you, I'm aligned with you, and I believe girls trips. I wouldn't want to go on a girls trip. If I'm with you, we've already had this conversation, and I know your sentiment about it, and that's also my sentiment. Like I don't want to go on girls trips. Like they were whack, whatever. I don't want to go. That's because I'm also aligned. We're aligned in that way and on that wavelength. So I wouldn't have bought it. So you can't force me to have ridiculous scenarios that won't even make any sense in real life. If I know you as my man don't like girls trips and we're together and we live together because you're coming home to me and telling me this, which means we live together, we're married. I already know this and we're aligned in that. So I'm not gonna go ahead.
Hey, real quick, just to clarify, you're saying that the hypothetical doesn't quite make sense because you know your man well enough to know you shouldn't buy that ticket before having that conversation.
Correct. And I said that to him already, but he's saying, no, you already bought it.
But you're getting money. You're getting money though, right? So I mean, not to put the bit, man, fuck it. You're getting money, right? Yeah. So you know they had those flights where they'd be like, "Yo, there's a trip to Dubai." They'd be like $80. Remember, like 4 years ago, you could get a plane, and you just buy the shit. Like everybody just buying because it's $80. Who gives a shit, right? For something trip, like you catch one of those deals. It's that type of party. All the girls bought it, $80 ticket. Y'all going to knowing y'all going to.
Don't be crazy and say something crazy now.
and so that's the hypothetical. It's one of those. So now he come home, he found out about the trip, a little $80 ticket that you just bought off the cuff, right?
I don't give that $80.
Nigga, yeah. So that's the trip.
$80. I'll take the $8. I don't care, whatever.
So is it the money or like what is it the money though?
You're forcing this. So I'll keep with your example, $80. At the $80, I already knew that it may happen because I know my man, but I bought it anyway. $8, and he sit there and come on and be like, "Girl, we ain't going there." I mean, you ain't going there, and I'm like, "All right, y'all, you know how he is. I'm not going." but bae, where we going? Bae, where we going then? Since I'm not going with them, so where are we going?
Go ahead.
So if depending on what kind of mood I'm in, I may say we're not going anywhere. You're not going on the girls trip.
You're too. Yeah, you. The way you talking, you ain't talking nice. You ain't talking good to me because for real, like there has to be. And we ain't going to kind of mood you in. You're moody. I don't like moody dudes. I don't like moody men. So it shouldn't be dependent upon the mood you in. So, babe, all right, no problem. Whatever, at the $8, I ain't going with them. Where are we going? I'll do anything for you. I ain't mad at that. At the $8, where we going? My man would be like, I got you. We next week or whatever, we gonna go to Paris. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a give and take. There's going to be compromise. There's going to be love. There's going to be, depending on kind of mood I'm in, because the stars are on the line, and we ain't going nowhere. Like, I ain't no man like that.
Not with John the Baptist. He said he control his whole household.
That's why we couldn't be together. Child. Not trip to Ghana. Yep, I'm going to Ghana. We going to Ghana. Yep, me and my man, we gonna go to Ghana and stay. You take me, we can't go to Dubai. We're gonna go to Ghana because my man knows me and he loves me, and he wants me to feel appreciated and loved as well. Because he don't feel like going nowhere. That would not work.
Let him reply.
So the reason why I brought this up is because earlier we were talking about you can't tell me what to wear. Not just you specifically. I think some people on the panel, some ladies on the panel, were saying that I should be able to wear what I want to wear, do what I want to go when I want to go. That type of conversation. And I'm thinking in a relationship, in order for a man, you can't say a man is dictating or controlling because a man is dictating and he is controlling. That's how he keeps you safe. That's how he keeps you from out of hurt, harm, danger. If you don't listen to that man when he tells you something, and he can't protect you at all. So it's not about me just trying to be a dickhead or anything. It's about me actually looking out into the world, what you're about to go through, what's about to happen to you, and then me keeping you out of harm's way. Now, you may not perceive what I perceive. You may not see it the way I see it, and you might understand what I'm seeing. And I don't have time to explain it to you. I'm just telling you, no, you're not going to do this. And if you trust me, and if you understand who I am, then in the end, I got you covered. I shouldn't have to explain anything to you at all, at any point in time at all. You should just know that this man got me covered.
Well, that is what she said in the beginning, but you want her to continue to going and to clarify. Everybody on the panel said that we would take in consideration what our man said as far as what we were wearing. We didn't say we would not do what he said.
I got a question though, John. Why is it just I said what I said and there's never any room for a conversation? If you are my spouse, if you're my partner, then you should just trust what I say as the head of this house or the head of this relationship, and what I say goes every single time. Like, you're not always right, number one. Can we agree on that? You're not going to agree on that. But number two, shout out to Real Bravado Network for the $10 super chat. Love is about to be triggered in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave her alone. We ain't coming for love today.
Shout out to Real Bravado.
Yeah. But why? Go ahead.
I got number one. I didn't hear number two exactly. Number one is you're right. I'm not always right. And when I am wrong or right, no matter what happens, I'm always going to be held accountable for what goes wrong or right. So when everything goes right, I get the credit. When everything goes wrong, I get the credit. I get the blame for it. And because I get the blame for it, if I'm going to get the blame for it, I'm going to do it my way. Now, if you take the blame for everything that goes wrong and don't come back to me crying, like, fix this or whatever the case is, then that's how it works. But if I'm going to get the blame for it, I accept all accountability and responsibility for it. So therefore, it's going to go the way I want it to go.
But I don't understand why it has to get to that point where somebody has to be blamed or somebody has to be at fault. Why can't there be a conversation? Or why can't you, if you have a problem with how I'm moving, with what I'm wearing or where I'm going, why is there not room for a conversation as opposed to, if I'm wrong, I'll eat that shit? Like, why can't we just discuss it as two intelligent human beings in a partnership with one another, whether you're the head of the partnership or not? Why is there no room for that ever in any scenario?
Oh, I didn't say there are sometimes, like in the restaurant, if I say get up and let's go, move, of course there's a sense of danger, right?
That's different. That's extreme. I'm getting up.
Correct. Yeah. That's a sense of danger. So I'm not going to sit there and explain to you then why we need it, why it's time to go. Sure. But there are times where we can sit down and have a conversation. You can present your argument, and I can present my argument. But now at the end, when the final decision has to be made, I'm gonna take your opinion. I'm gonna listen to it, your argument. I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm going to do what I think is best. It may be your point of view. It may not be your point of view. I'm going to make the final call.
Are you open to considering your wife's, not your wife in particular, that person, but your partner, your whomever you're in a relationship with? are you open to considering their perspective and their opinions on certain things?
Always.
Okay.
My wife, I give you, my wife is actually better than me at organizing, paying the bills. I let her take lead on that one all the time. This is what I want. This is what I want done, and I let her organize it. I don't tell her how to organize the bill because I can't. She's better at that than me. There's some things I've realized her strength is her strength.
Yeah, I understand sorry, go ahead.
Wait, go ahead. No, you got to go ahead.
I get what you're saying, and that sounds more realistic in real time in the real world. But when you come on here and you you just come out the gate, you come in hot, talking about if I tell you to cancel the trip, then cancel it. No questions asked. Like that's not real life. Like that's not how real relationships work. That's not how people interact in the real world, right? So I just wanted to clarify that because your thought, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, your thought is that I am controlling and I am a dictator because I have to be, and that's my job and that's my responsibility, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the way that you present it is far different than the way that you actually practice it.
Well, the reason why I came in hot that way is because it was said earlier that being a dictator and controlling and being authoritative is wrong. That was actually said earlier in these conversations.
Yes.
And what I teach is anytime females say that being a dictator or being controlling is wrong, I don't try to change your mind on how you view being a dictator or controlling. I see right into it because the very thing that you call dictating and controlling wrong is the very thing of essence of a man and what I am. So if you don't like me being dictated and controlling, then you don't want me as a man.
I think you just caught up on the verbiage though.
Right.
Yeah, because we were saying
because it was. What? That's what I'm going to say. I don't.
We clarified.
Me as a man, I don't. Well, even before I came on a panel tonight, this is why I came in the way I came in, because I wanted to see, because it was stated earlier that dictating and controlling and being authoritative is looked at negatively. And I understand that's how most females think that way. And what I do is I buy into that narrative. So the thing that you call negative, I own it. And so what I'm going to do is to show you that I am dictating, I am controlling, and I am authoritative. And every man should be. So the very things that females don't like hearing, every man should own up to that. Don't let women shame you into being a dictator or controlling or authoritative.
Can I?
Don't let that language.
I feel like you're just.
Can I ask a question? When you came in, the first thing you said is, if it's a girls' trip, you're gonna tell her not to take it. You don't think that sounds a little bit more controlling? Because to Dana's point, you didn't even give her a reason as to why you don't want her to take it. Just like, no, I don't want you to take it, like that at all. Not like, babe, I don't want you to take it because I'm thinking of this reason or that reason. It's just, I know you bought the ticket. F the money that you spent, whatever, I don't care. That kind of comes off a little bit like controlling in a sense. Like there's no rhyme or reason as to why you're saying that.
I am controlling. Well, you own it. I am controlling. Yeah, I'm not denying it. I'm controlling.
No, but you're actually not, John. But you're actually not. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. What you're saying is not aligning with what you actually do and what you actually practice. I feel like you're caught up on it. And I don't know if it's an ego thing, if it's a bravado thing, if it's a religious thing. I don't know what it is, but you beating your chest talking about I'm controlling, I'm a dictator and all of that shit. It sounds nice, but for you, I guess, and for the people who are listening and commenting, but I don't think that's how you actually move. And that's not how you put things into practice based on the conversation that we just had a couple of minutes ago. So I'm trying to figure out why you're so caught up on presenting
you have
this narrative.
You have to remember being a dictator doesn't mean you don't have an advisor or a counselor that you don't consult with. Dictators have advisors and counselors that they get advice from. But in the end, the dictator part of it is they do what they do what's deemed to be necessary to get done.
Dictators will always fail because they'll always have people rebelling against them. So you can be a dictator all day, but eventually somebody is going to do something to rebel against you.
Yeah,
that's a definite thing, and that includes a divorce.
But Ro,
she's fighting for her voice.
To your point. But to your point, though, Ro, people rebelled against God. I mean, so you're not saying anything new.
Oh, you just.
I mean, just like.
And you know what happens, and you know what they say.
If that's
the comparison, and you're comparing yourself, and you're saying you're God, I pray that that's not what you're saying. But let's clarify the fact that those that do rebel against God, it says that you won't survive. You won't have an everlasting life. So you can, again, they rebel against you. It doesn't matter. Our whole conversation was about you can be a leader and you can have authority over your household, but it is about how you speak and how you get your message across for your wife to understand why you're saying what you're saying. That's all we were saying.
The tone and delivery.
Can I ask a question? Let me ask a question.
Hold on. Let John finish, good brother. I got you.
So first of all, if you were saying that I think I'm God, or I'm comparing myself to God, is that what you're trying to say?
I asked the question. I said, I hope you're not doing that.
Let him answer.
And what I'm saying to you is, you made a statement that if you're a dictator, people are going to rebel against you. Well, that doesn't bother me at all. You have the right and choice to rebel. People rebel against God. They rebel against kings. They rebel against presidents and governments. People rebel, and sometimes they do it for the wrong reasons or the right reason, but it always happens. But that's never going to change me being a man, or me being the man that I am. So to that point, yeah, I'm not afraid of you rebelling. Because first of all, even if you rebel, you don't have the power and authority to outmaneuver me.
I don't know how long you've been married, and I pray that y'all last a very long time. But I hope
I've been married for 28 years. So what's your point?
I hope and I pray that you all live long enough to stay married that long under your thought processes, because that right there is going to cause an issue if you really think that she can't outmaneuver you.
No, you didn't. You took what I said out of context. You can't outpower me and outmaneuver me. So even if you're smarter than me, you're not stronger than me. You're not more powerful than me.
Mentally stronger than you, she can very well be.
Hold on, Nate. Are you talking physically?
You should make her stand on this statement. I mean, think about it. If it's a relationship, why would we have to be worried about you outmaneuvering us? Go ahead and justify.
I mean, I again, like I said, it is a possibility. He should never be walking around thinking that he is in the form of God, where nobody can outmaneuver him or outsmart him. I mean, if that's the message that he's giving, and
why should that be a threat? Why should that be a threat if we're in a?
It doesn't have to be a threat, but any leader is well aware of all sides of them, all sides, and anybody that could come at you, they should know their weaknesses, and they should understand that anything can come at you at any angle, including in this case a relationship where the person can leave. If you love them, they very much could leave. That could be a weakness of yours.
I mean, but Ro, with all due respect, if I'm a leader and you say something like that, my eyes are on you. I know that you might be the first one that churned. Come on, man. What the hell?
You're right, because I'm not gonna stay with nobody talking crazy to me.
There you go.
I'm not gonna. If I don't talk crazy to you, don't talk crazy to me.
No, you talking like that? You're talking like you New York. I mean, this might be like kind of a New York panel. I mean, you talking real spicy. Come on, man.
That's just what it is. Like, if
listen. Let me just 1 second. I want y'all to keep going. I want to make sure no cupcake zone get the right intro as well. I think the dictatorship has to be benevolent, though. It has to be kind-hearted. You got to listen to understand, and then you make educated decisions. Like John the Baptist said, your wife is your greatest counsel. But at the end of the day, we are supposed to be more logical, less emotional. Therefore, our decisions should be more sound. Not to say we won't make bad ones, right? And I think a lot of it comes from what Love was saying initially about your man. So if he's saying you can't go, you're not going, right? Even if it's direct, there's so much more perspective and context around it, right? So your assumption should be that he's leading from a place of understanding, not like he just jealous because you're going on the trip and he ain't going. I think all of that kind of got lost in it. And he wasn't saying he's God. He's saying people rebel all the time. They rebelled against the Most High. So it's not going to be an outlier or a surprise that people will rebel against you too. Not that he's the Most High himself, you know. And then if you look at the dictatorship that's in the what's the world powers now? Russia, China, us. And how long has my man been in power in Russia? The first coup I heard about was like a month ago, and that's still alleged. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Putin's been in since 1998, I believe.
Yeah, and that was somebody tried to take him out because there was like some type of, but that's alleged, like, you know what I mean? And from all intents and purposes, in North Korea, I don't know if they like him or not, but I don't think that family going nowhere for a long time. So you'd be surprised, right. You know. So I hope I maybe brought a little bit of soundness to it. Maybe I didn't. But
you did. Like I said, you talking about countries that don't know where their meal is coming from. You know what I'm saying? They don't have. They're only going that they don't know how to, or if they do uprise, they're struggling with whether or not they're going to live the next day. So again,
Russia.
Yes.
China.
Yes. You don't think that those people live under fear?
Well, you know how large China is, so there's demographics in all those countries.
My point is, there's no stability in their lives. They think if they turn right, and the leadership tells them to turn left, they think if they turn right, they're gonna die.
No, I think that's highly speculative.
But anyways, man, I mean, the thing about
hold on, Cupcake. I know you only go live once a year, so we got a little bit of structure here. So let me just make sure that's tabled. John the Baptist is good.
Yeah, I'm in with this. This is my last.
Then I got you.
The only point I was making is this: that I heard the sentiment, like I said earlier, that dictator and controlling and authoritative is wrong, and not accepted. They don't like women on the panel were displaying that they don't like those in the conversation. They don't like the words and what those words actually mean in relationships. And I think those words are the meaning of relationship of what a man should be in a relationship, whether you like it or not. And it doesn't mean I think I'm God. I know I'm not God, but the point is that I'm in a leadership role, and I don't worry about how people feel about the words that I'm using. If my words hurt your feeling, that's not my job to care about how you feel. As long as my job is to make sure that I get you from point A to point B in life.
Wow.
Okay.
Shit like that.
John the Baptist always bringing light to the point. Question, comment, or smoke. He started with the smoke. I appreciate it. No Cupcakes on podcast. What's shaking, bro?
Listen, man, I'm in the building, man. I mean, I like this format. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have a lot of combative women ready to pounce on whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It
well,
is what
you shouldn't. I mean, I'm not doing my job then.
Shit like that.
So
why not? I
no
mean,
Cupcakes on question. You got a question, you got a comment, or you got smoke?
Smoke. Straight up and down. Hey, anyway. Nah, I was hoping Sis was in this bit there, and she's the one, you know what I'm saying? You gotta it's like a Nintendo game. You gotta go through the layers, you know what I'm saying? You gotta fight. She's like King Koopa, you know what I'm saying? At the end.
Who is?
Sis, she's like the King Koopa. You gotta jump
shit
off
like that, shit like that, shit like that.
jump over mushrooms and like get fireballs and shit. Like I feel like it's Mario, but anyway.
So you saying sis like Goro at the top? She got 4 arms and shit. She got unstoppable moves.
She like, you know what? Get this nigga off the panel. I don't want to deal with him. Get the fuck out. Anyway, I mean, I don't even know what the hell y'all talking about, man. I'm just.
What's your question? What's your question? What's your comment?
Yeah, we don't know what you talking about. What's going on?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to check your shit. God damn, Donna, ain't you the married one?
My name is Dana, and you said you got smoke, and I'm not married. So what's your smoke? Let's talk.
Anyway,
what's up?
Right, what's your question? We come here just what? Look at it, you click pass in public chat. Like what? What's up? You want smoke? We got it. What's up? We come with it. What's good?
Yeah.
We're combative women. Let's go.
Right, you called it out. So
combative
what?
women.
In 2 weeks, I got this built up. What?
No, I'm just.
They ready to go, bro.
Bruh.
You don't got nothing. You don't got nothing.
You just want to be up here. You just want to be up here.
Really?
Just say you missed us. We missed you too.
Right.
Get off.
Super chat us $10 and say I miss y'all.
Right.
And get off
Let's
the
get
panel.
him these Pampers and let's go. Come
Right,
on.
let's get these pampered.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Cupcakes
shit like
don't
that.
got no damn.
Y'all tough. Y'all
We
tough.
just missed this.
But anyways, like the thing about it is, why do women not want to admit that y'all like men, and you know men are probably right like 90% of the damn time, but you still fight against that shit? That shit is crazy to me. Like you,
Because I'm smarter than you. Now shut up.
We also.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just
Dana,
saying.
what part of the country are you from?
Yeah.
I'm from California.
No wonder. That's a very liberal state.
Nah,
That got to do with the price of groceries, but all right.
It doesn't. Have we not known that at this point he just came up here just to talk?
Yeah.
I mean, not to say anything coherent. What's
Anybody
your
else
question?
want to come in?
Right. Anyone else want to come on the panel?
No cupcake zones came on here just to sit here.
Right. He just
Like
want
a
to be a part of the
stalker.
panel.
What's good? Like,
So
so
what do you
I asked you. I mean, I was straight up and down. I was just like, even though you know men are right 90% of the time, why do you guys fight back?
why do you feel like y'all are right 90% of the time? That's the first question. Why do you feel that way?
Okay.
that's
Name
a
one
question
talking
with a
point.
question.
Okay. Name one talking point that women that are absolutely right about. Go ahead.
First of all, finances. We like so good with finances. Y'all is dumb as hell with finances. Y'all come to us about everything.
What's
John
the
the
talking
Baptist
point?
the first thing John the Baptist said, I see his face, but John the Baptist was straight up like his woman or whatever is better with the finance. He gonna come to her.
No, I did not say. I did not say finances. I did not say
You ain't talking about
finances.
finances, but the bills.
No, I didn't. I did not. No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, she's better. She's better at organizing, paying them on time. Not better at money, just better at organizing.
Yeah.
Organizing what?
Bills, you just have to be timely. I mean, it's just the organizational
An
aspect.
Excel sheet? Like, what are you saying?
She better
Yeah,
at finances.
No. Women are absolutely better at Excel than men. Like, I know for a fucking fact. I mean, like,
Nigga, get your ass off this fucking
What
podcast.
the hell are we
Women
doing
are better
right
at
now?
finances. That's
Well,
what
We
so
ain't
let's-
talking about nothing. What?
So there was a point I was gonna make, but Kev put it in the chat first.
Okay.
Women, the national debt is carried more by women.
Right.
Also, you know, women are the biggest consumers. So what do you guys think about that in terms of being better with bread?
I think that women be holding down themselves, and then if it's a single mom, if I'm a single mom, they be holding down themselves, they be holding down the kids, they be holding down everything, and still make it happen. Y'all should be taking care of yourselves, and half the time y'all men be sitting
We
there living
don't
off of a
listen, Nay. We have to. We
Yes,
don't. We're
no,
not bigging
listen,
up.
I mean,
We're not banging up
women,
that
we gonna
single
spend
mom.
more, but we
What
gonna
I'm
still
saying
hold
is
it down.
that single mom shit is played out now. We
So
not.
then
We
take out the
not.
single mom shit.
What I'm saying
There's
is
women on this
we
panel, there's women on
respect.
this panel that don't have kids, and they still
Listen.
holding it down.
Yeah, well, I mean, just say that. Like we always talking about single mom. That's
I'm
not.
talking
That's not a.
my perspective,
That's
my
not.
anecdotal
That's not a
experience.
flex. That's not a flex.
It
Like
may not be a flex
single
for you, but
moms
it's a
work
flex for me
hard.
because I'm
Everybody
holding it
works
down.
hard. Everybody
holding it
works
down.
hard. You
Okay,
ain't
and
hold.
so
You
for the
just
women
you
that are
doing.
not-
You just being a grown up. Like
But for
stop
women that are
acting
not-
like. Single
okay,
women,
but for women that are not
single moms are
parents,
got a cape on. You don't
but
got
they
no
still
fucking
hold
cape
it down.
on.
There's women that hold it down.
Y'all usually be average as hell, and then you do good sometimes.
Listen, I ain't
Like,
average.
stop
I'm
that
popping.
shit, man.
So I ain't
It's not like
popping.
single moms is conquering the world.
Anyway, because there's women on
But
this
y'all
panel
not conquering the world, is what
there's
I'm
women
saying.
on this panel that don't have kids. And they still
They
holding
don't
it
have
down.
kids. Yeah, well, say that then. Y'all acting like single moms do so
I'm speaking
goddamn
about
good.
my anecdotal experience.
Damn, man, like, y'all gotta stop that shit.
Here.
That's the problem with our people, man. We tout bullshit.
Whether you a single mom, whether you a married woman, because they be holding it down when they be married.
Yeah, let's
too.
find. There we
and
go.
When you a woman with no kids, you hold it down.
Like our panel said, find somebody who can help you with them badass kids.
My kids
God damn, we be out here by ourselves thinking we on some superhero shit.
My
no,
kids ain't bad. They go my nerves ain't
bad. Yes they are. All kids are bad. You shitting me? My daughter get the daycare, the lights go out. Nigga, come on, man.
They have their moments.
She bad as hell, man.
There are women that on this panel that don't have kids and they still holding this shit down.
Well, that was my point. People always talking about single mom, this and that. That cape, you can't fly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Damn, podcast. Damn, bro. I mean, Cupcake. Mr. Britt done kicked you off.
Should we give credit to men for being functional?
No.
God, damn, that's crazy.
Damn, Cupcake. Mr. Britt done kicked you off. He said, Cupcake, my guy, but the panel is through. Bring on Kevin. God damn.
As long as Kevin ain't long-winded.
Yo, somebody dropped that dub for Cupcake. You can come on back, man. Damn, Mr. Britt. He was about to start cooking.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was. He was getting cooked. He was getting.
He's still in the back, though. He's still in the back. Yo,
so he
Cupcake. Hold on, let me tell him. Cupcake, y'all, somebody pay that dub. I'll bring you right back. Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. Women have more debt than they stop. Yeah, fact.
We got more debt.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I handle my debt very well.
That's why you should never go to the car dealership by yourself. You taking 18% interest loans, and because they clean the car for you.
That's not why
I
did not go to the car dealership by myself.
They say, what if we clean it? I'll take it. Come on, man.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. Get him out.
Come on, man. This shit
so
is
who
real.
Took you to the dealership? Who took you to the dealership then?
My lady.
Bruh.
Silence.
He trying to process it.
Right? And before that, when I was with the niggas, I had a dude take me, and it was the worst experience. But I went with a woman, and that's why I drive what I drive now. Thank you. Whoop.
Yeah, I gotta process that one, but I'll let you rock out with that. I didn't expect that answer, but we're gonna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay quiet.
It's all good if it happens. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat.
Still got love for you guys.
Give the kids to their dads, man. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. Give the kids to their dads. Fact.
They can't multitask, just like Jonathan Earl said. Y'all can't multitask to have kids by yourselves like that, bro.
How not? You got to understand, man. We have more structure over the kids. So, when y'all have the kids, the motherfuckers be running around, making a mess, eating in the living room, eating in the dining room, eating outside. You don't know if they outside or not. That shit don't happen when we had the kids. They don't run amok. They not crying as much. Now that they not being picked up and babied and coddled. The kids are much more structured. They understand the regiment. So fathers ain't actually have to run around like a chicken with their head cut off, like a lot of moms do. Every time my son cry, I give that nigga a look. I don't care if he's 7 months. Stop crying, nigga. Period.
Men have framework. Women have intricate detail work. Men create the frame and the boundaries that women and family work around, work under. So for like kind of what him was just saying, like when we had my first son, that joker would cry all night long. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. Within the first 2 months, I had him sleeping throughout the night because I'm gonna make you sleep on my schedule. You're not gonna come into my house and control when I sleep.
Even if he's 2 months, man, hell no.
2 months old. 2 months. You train your kids and your family to rotate around you. You don't rotate around your family.
Tell me y'all can't.
Two at 1 year old, huh? He was looking for a job at 1 year old too.
I can tell you this: at 3, my son was counting, reading, and spelling.
Mine too.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
Yo,
that.
yeah, nah, that's real shit. Cause you know how y'all prove the point. What's the old school phrase? I'm gonna tell your daddy. That's the old school phrase. Like, come on, man. Don't think that shit ain't real, man. I could see John the Baptist now talking to himself like he a grown man at 2 months. Listen, let me tell you something. This is my house.
At
Not
2,
John.
3.
Go ahead.
At 2 and 3, reading, writing. I mean, not writing, but reading. I mean, reading, not reading, spelling, counting, all the stuff you can do. And then it was also, we can go outside at 3 to 4 years old. He can throw a football. He can do, I mean, you train kids on what you want them to do. That's what men bring. Men bring structure. If you got a 2-parent home, your child has a better chance of succeeding because the father brings the framework and the structure, and the mother pays it to the intricate details of the inside for the family and the kids.
That for the most part is true. But what do you call them? Outliers?
What that dads bring structure and framework?
That they don't. I was the structured parent.
Oh, that you're an outlier.
That's what I'm saying. So they're outliers. Yes.
And I still gotta meet your kids. That's TBD. Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. I work at the dealership. None of y'all said none of what y'all saying is valid. Women are the worst to sell to. They can't make decisions. Oh, shout out to Kev. Kev, what up though? Kev 3905 with the $20 ball, man. We appreciate it. He just saying supporting black media, man.
Shit like that.
Yeah,
shit
man,
like that.
Growing,
shit like
man.
that.
For real. Yeah, they say.
I got a question.
Yeah, Tatum's in 3 months. Go ahead, Damon.
John, do you believe that there's such a thing as masculine fragility?
The problem, I heard a little bit of that conversation earlier. The problem I have with this is that only happens when a young man is so this is my definition of a man, right? And I get to the question that you just asked.
Okay.
If a man is not a man until he can look at the world, understand how the world operates and works, then develops a structure and principles and standards that how he maneuvers through the world, and then he can teach those principles and structures to those he bring into his world, into his own personal world. The problem with masculine fragility is that most men bring people in before they develop the system or before they understand the world. So they appear to be weak because they haven't fortified their system yet.
John.
Yes.
Do you believe there's such a thing as masculine fragility?
So maybe I got the misunderstanding. What does it mean?
I don't know, because you went on to explain manhood and as you understand the term to be masculine fragility, do you think men's masculinity can be fragile?
And that's what I was saying, and that's why I gave my definition of a man for it, because the reason why they appear fragile, the reason why they appear fragile because they haven't developed their system yet. They haven't developed their system and understand how the world works.
So the answer is yes.
So yes, you have men who are fragile because they don't understand how the world works, and they haven't created a system to operate within that world yet. But when a man develops that system and can principles and standards that he lives by, anyone can come into his world and he will be a strong masculine man. He won't be fragile. He won't be rocked by what a woman says or what society says. He stands on his own principles.
So what just happened, y'all, is word salad. That's a word salad with some croutons on top.
He did answer in a very, very roundabout way.
Word salad.
Yeah.
No, word salad means word salad meaning there's no meaning at all. I gave you meaning and context.
About 3 blocks around 3 trips around the block. Yeah, you did. You're right.
I did not avoid the answer at all. I gave you the answer to the question. I gave you an example how it happened.
My bad. You did. You're right. You're right. You did.
Yo, so y'all not gonna make if he ain't answer, y'all gotta make him answer, right?
I mean, he eventually said yes. Was the point. Like he just is. He likes to pontificate and then give backgrounds and expositions and hypothesis and dissertations. Because Dana's question was, do you believe and whatnot? And he just, whatever, but he did. He answered it. Thank you for your answer.
I got a follow up, John.
Uh-oh.
When you tell your significant other that she can't go on that trip, that she can't wear that outfit, believe that's a display of masculine fragility.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's a sign to me. It's a sign to me understand the principle. I'm doing about the principle standards that I set for me and my house.
But she understands those principles already, like inside the house, outside the house, right? So it's not something that you have to like continue to get it at some point, right? So if you have to go out of your way to put your foot down and tell her what she can and can't do, how is that not you displaying your fragility because she's challenging your masculinity and your dominance in that household?
Like I said earlier, and my answer is not going to change now.
Not the heavy breathing.
My principles and standards are good for my household. I don't have to constantly remind her. So if I say I don't want you wearing this outfit, then she doesn't wear that outfit. If she chooses to wear the outfit, then that's her choice. But my principles and standards do not change.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is you've already set the tone well in advance, right?
Correct.
But she's clear on what your expectations or your ideals or your standards are. So assert yourself in such a way when you tell her what she can and can't do. How is that not a display of masculine fragility as opposed to, as I was saying before, consulting or just having a conversation with her, but just telling her, dictating, as you put it.
So are you asking me if she's rebellious, that makes me a weak man?
No, that's not what I asked you at all.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Because I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me, because if I set the principles and the standard and she chooses to try the standard, try to go against the standard, you wanted me to like get into an argument with her? Did you ask me to get into a back and forth with her? What do you want me to do? I'm not trying, because you want me to say I'm going to get into a back and forth conversation with her.
You know what,
and I'm
John?
not going to do that.
You're probably right. Let me pontificate a little bit further, and then we'll get back to it.
Okay.
Damn, man.
I have a question from Mr. John. What would be the consequences if your lady were to rebel against what was already stated to be your expectations for the way that she should conduct herself, whether it's a trip or an outfit or whatever the case may be? How would you respond to her?
So I'm answering that question. You asking me personally?
Yes.
Early in our marriage, it's a lot different than now. So early in the marriage, when you're developing these principles and standards, and you're learning individuals in the family, you give a little bit more grace because you're still figuring things out. Now there is less grace. So through the teaching years is when you're, especially in my situation, because I didn't come from a structured family, so there's some things I was learning on the fly. You were a little bit more lenient, but you would just express the conversation, express what you want to happen, outcome. But now that I'm older, it's no more talking.
So what you do? You put your hands on her?
You take too long to answer that,
Ooh.
sir.
Because Because what I didn't like there, because what I didn't like in the conversation was when I said there's no more conversation. The first thing you do is go to you putting your hands on her.
But you didn't say no right away.
But you should, for you to even go there, that's just disingenuous.
Wow, he got offended, y'all. That's
if you don't.
Yeah, because your first thing was you putting your hands on her.
But you said you don't. You said earlier in your marriage you have a conversation. What do you do in the later years? After the 7-year itch, what are you doing?
So basically, okay, so if a person is rebellious, you can't stop them from being rebellious. You can only make them pay the consequence of their choices and decisions.
Right. So John, I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So therefore, for example, with kids or my wife, anybody, if you want me to protect you and you do something I told you not to do, once you get to that situation, I don't pull you out of it because you didn't follow my instructions. If you get in trouble, don't come to me if you did what I told you not to do. You figure that out on your own. I'm gonna let you fall to your own devices until you repent and come back to me and say, I apologize for my actions. Can you please help me? And I will never do this again.
You just said you ain't God. That sounds like you talking about you God. Repent to you, sir.
God.
John the Baptist, sir.
I want to stay on topic. So
I gotta get Andy Snowman in now.
Okay. What does repent mean?
No, they're good. Let them rock.
Of your sins.
Okay.
To God, but you just said that you don't think of yourself as God, and that's you think you're God. But go ahead, keep going.
Basically, repent is a paradigm shift, is what repenting is on. I mean, truly at the essence of it is to change the way you think. But again, it's just you use this. I'm tired, so I'm not going to go too much in this with you. You just use this lingo, and you give you give this energy or this presence as you don't say you're God, but you use a lot of references and, as if you're maybe the God of your household. And if that's the way rock, that's the that's the way you rock, then that's the way you rock. But you should probably say that because you go ahead.
What did Sarah call Abraham?
We know she called him Lord, but I'm just saying for the purposes of this podcast, I just think you should just be very concise and and like put it out there, right? Because you're going to keep on getting that God complex. But if you say in the beginning that I am the Lord or I am the God of my household, then that's fine. And then you also talked about there's no more words, so you gave an open door or a crack in that door for it to be like, wait, you hit her? Because when you answer questions, you do go very roundabout with your answers, John, is all I'm saying. So if you're a little bit more concise, we could probably understand more of your sentiments and your ideologies quicker and better if you did that. That's it.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what less grace looked like for educational purposes only.
So basically, like I said earlier, if you get into trouble because you didn't follow my instructions, I don't come save you. I let you figure it out on your own. That's an example. If I tell you don't speed, you go get a speeding ticket. My kids, they know they can't come to me and ask me to pay that speeding ticket. You're getting your own insurance. We're gonna put the car in your name. You're getting your own insurance. Everything's gonna be in your name because you just now lost my protection. Same thing with my spouse.
Mr. John the Baptist, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So if your lady decides that she wants to leave the house dressed like a lot lizard, even though you told her not to, and she ends up going out and getting assaulted by another man or anything, does that mean that you're not going to go out and do what you can to protect her and defend her afterwards because she didn't listen to what you said?
I will make sure I would do. Okay, so you're talking about someone physically putting their hands on her and hurting her.
Yeah, because let's be real. This is what we're talking about.
You're going to try to mitigate that. You're going to try to mitigate serious things like that for sure. But still, I can't. For the fact that she chose to go out there and got to put herself in that situation, I can't take the results of what she got from that. She now has to go through the pain and dealing with that issue. I can't save her from that.
Well, yeah, if you're not there, you can't save her.
But what I'm saying is, like, say my wife decided that she wanted to be out of pocket and decided she wanted to go be ratchet with her girlfriends one night after I told her that wasn't the case. And I find out that some dude, she didn't come home till the next morning. I find out some dude assaulted her, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to go hunt that dude down and I'm going to put him in a pine box.
No, okay, so that's actually kind of different, because if she
shit like that,
if she chose to go hang out with a dude, or
no, we didn't say anything about a dude. She's out hanging out with her friends, being ratchet.
And then what happened again?
And then they were out at the club, doing what girls do when they ain't got no man with them out at the club, And then some dude then decided that he wanted to take advantage of, say, my wife or your wife drunk. If it was my wife and he wanted to take advantage of my drunk wife, and my wife comes home the next morning and tells me about it, she obviously is very disheveled by it. She has the signs of physical abuse happening. I am going to hunt that man down and put him in a box.
Well, so first of all, we got a problem before if she's going to the club, we already got an issue. We're not dealing with that one. So if you go to the club, you just lost any kind of trust I'm gonna have for you. I'm probably in the relationship right.
That's an example.
No, I'm giving an example. If you go to the club,
well, and I agree with you, even with that.
I'm answering the question. If you go to the club, the first thing you did wrong, you went to the club. You probably just dissolved our relationship at that point. It's over.
So basically, what you're saying is you're not going to do anything.
If you go to the club, you got assaulted because you didn't listen. Then now, because you are my wife, I'm going to do what I can to protect you in that situation. But you just destroyed our relationship because you shouldn't have been in the club anyway. You just dissolved our marriage.
John,
so people aren't allowed to make mistakes.
That's not a mistake. That's a choice.
Well, mistakes are choices, though, sir.
No, what I'm saying,
a lot of choices people make end up being mistakes, sir.
No, I'm saying, but you knew in the beginning that you should not go to the club.
John,
right.
Say she was
if you go to a hold on, I'm talking to this guy right now.
I know, but it's our panel. I'm talking to you. Say she's walking down the street.
He just asked me a question.
I know, but you hung up on the club, so I'm trying to make it make sense for you. Say she's walking down the street and she's wearing something provocative and she gets assaulted. And you told her not to wear the shit. She's not at the club. She's not at the club.
Say she's walking around wearing some yoga pants.
She's walking
going to brunch.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What you gonna do?
Okay.
Say she's in your backyard laying out trying to get some sun, and somebody decides that they want to assault her in your backyard, even though you told her not to be out in the backyard laying out.
Okay, so what y'all are doing here? Okay, so
y'all know John said what goes on his house and what he say is what it is. Y'all making
hold on.
No, I'm trying to get to a crux of that. There's a point where yes, I agree but there's times where you got to sit and mitigate certain things and realize that. Yes, people make mistakes, but you still have to be there to stand up for your woman, even when she makes mistakes. If you're going to treat your woman as if she's a child, then you got to also be, respond to her in a childlike fashion and understand that children make mistakes.
I never once said treat my wife like a child, but anyway, though, it's okay. So the second part of the question, the second example you gave, she walked down the street. If she's walking down the street and a man violates her, of course, I'm going to take care of that dude because she did nothing wrong. But if you go to a club, she did something wrong. She did something that she I especially disagrees with. That's a price. That's a price for that. Yeah. I would defend anyone I will protect anyone who stays up under my structure. If you step outside of my structure, I can't protect you.
That's all he was asking, John, because you were saying earlier that if you told her not to do something and you counseled her, you advised her, instructed her not to do something, she went ahead and did it anyway, then she's on her own. Right, then she's on her own. So he was
if she goes to the club, on this premise that he asked the question, if she goes to the club, then she's on her own.
You got to get off the club because it's not about
the club. It's not about in that question it was.
So the club was a girls trip, so
it was.
So what I'm saying, so the next, so when you get this, when you get the second example was something totally different. So now it changes if I'm going to destroy the marriage or not, because it's not about the club.
It's not about
but she's still presenting herself in a promiscuous way, even though you told her not to.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. So she's just promiscuous, then yeah, that's another issue because you're not walking around. we're not having this issue in my house. This doesn't happen.
Right. I mean, I don't have the issues either. Like Dana said, the only reason why I posed the question is because you said that if you told your wife to do something and she basically disobeyed, that she was on her own. And I'm sorry, but there are extenuating circumstances where you got to kind of sit and weigh what the reality is.
Well, yeah, there are degrees of disobedience, right? I mean,
and just to be clear, I don't like that you're making me side with the women up here right now.
Oh,
wow.
Like I say, it's different. It's different degrees, right? So if she is doing something, if she is attacked for something that she didn't do, that's not her fault. Yeah, then I'm a defender 100%. But if she decides I'm going to rebel against you and do something that I know that is unsafe, that's going to put me and her in dangerous situations, I can't keep people around me that's going to put herself and myself in dangerous situations. Just because that's how you feel. We have to stop. As a man, I cannot put myself or allow her to put my family in danger because she feels she wants to do something that's
right. And
risque.
I understand that. You know,
that's all I'm saying.
Like I said, I was just trying to make sure that you weren't saying that, you know, you're going to let some dude, you know, abuse and assault your wife just because she disobeyed, you know, your guidance, you know, and let her deal with it all on her own now. Because if that's the case, then, you know, I can't rock with that. Because regardless of whether or not my wife disobeyed, you know, my direction or not, somebody does something that's going to bring harm to my wife, then now they're going to have to deal with harm from me.
Well, he's saying that if she go to the club, they're going to get a divorce anyways.
And if you go on a girls trip.
Stop saying club. You're changing the subject. He's caught up. Don't say club no more. Don't say club.
That's what he said. He said if she go to the club,
you know that's not what it's about. Though. It ain't about that. That's a totally different subject.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't about the club. It was more so about, you know, be a woman going out, you know, presenting herself in a promiscuous way to attract negative attention and that happening, you know, and basically, you know, the woman disobeying a direct order or guidance from a man. And
conditions. He has conditions on his marriage. So, and one of those conditions is if she doesn't tell him if she don't follow what he say, then in some cases he is, number one, going to allow her to handle her own business and follow her own sword. And number two, if it's one of the things that he will divorce her on, he will divorce her and still let her follow her own sword.
So one of Snowman's hypotheticals is pretty harsh, and I think this initially stemmed from less and less grace. So, right, Tay, sorry. So when you're saying less grace, that sounds like there were opportunities given to do the right thing, but if you continue to do the wrong thing, it's like something like Boy Who Cried Wolf in terms of less grace. So we'll want then sooner or later, like, you know what, the hell with it, right? So grace periods get shortened the more and more you ask for extensions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're paying a bill, they give you 10 days, then they give you 6 days, then they give you 5, and now it's like, nah, you got to pay this goddamn bill. You know, so that sounds like John has some type of like, okay, now I done told you, you know, but it'd be hard for a man if your wife come home, even if she went out, y'all had an argument, she left the house, don't leave the house, but whatever the case, she come home fucked up or somebody took advantage of her. I mean, I think a man's natural nature is to want to do something. I hope. Will it be done?
Right.
Who knows, right? But I feel like you want like that fire. You know what I'm saying?
So fortunately, what makes this conversation difficult is my wife has pretty much, I would say 95% have actually just followed the instructions that I set for the house. Because I think over the years, she's understood that I'm never going to tell her anything that's ridiculous or crazy. She understands that my intent is to make sure that we get through life, A through B, through the course of A through B, my wife and my kids, that we all are protected and moving in the direction that God wants us to go. And because of that, I've never had the issue that you guys keep presenting. Because I
wasn't doing it in a facetious way. I mean, sir,
no.
I was just doing it just to get a little context on what it was you were trying to present.
Yeah, we don't. And the issue that I've learned a long time ago is that I don't care what the majority of society does. And a lot of things that people talk about doing, I don't care to go do it because I understand what comes with it. So that's why, a lot of things that I do is my wife understands. My wife and kids understand, like, oh, dad may be hardline, but in the end, I know he got my back.
Question, John. What age were you guys when you got married?
21, and my wife was 19.
Yeah, and I think that makes a huge difference because you guys developed and grew together. And so that formula has been in place, and there may be some trying times perhaps early on, but y'all been cooking that way for so long. It, like, if I'm looking at the chat, it's people think like John gotta be bullshitting, but the context of 19 and 21, I feel like that might kind of bring it to maybe better perspective.
Well, and at the same, to add to what you're saying, Hamp, like me and my wife, we've only been together for 10 years, married for 7, but at the same time, we both had absolutely nothing when we started out, like literally nothing. Everything me and her both had combined fit in a one regular bedroom in a house.
Yeah.
So everything we have now 10 years later, we've literally built together, and I think that whole dynamic of two people building a life and building a foundation and a structure together actually lends credence to being able to see a bigger picture as well.
Yeah.
Rather than people coming together that already have stuff and trying to decide whose stuff we're going to keep and whose we're going to get rid of.
Yeah. Because then she could set right. That's that undertone of, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit by myself for a long time. And I feel like there's a lot more friction there, but I think that's also the world now. So how do we come together and come under one banner or one understanding?
As men and women?
Yeah. That might be the $1 million.
Well, I think men and women really need to stop being so sexualized creatures and actually get to know each other. I think there's something to be said about men and women actually taking the time to court each other and get to know one another. They're far too often, and I'm guilty of doing it myself back in my Pookie days of, going out, meeting a woman at the bar, going home with her, and then 3 or 4 days later, I'm moved into her house or she's moved into my house.
Shit like that.
Seriously, and far too often, that's what you see a lot of these young adults doing. They go out, they meet someone, they think that everything that they found the one because they gave them the box, you know what I'm saying? And now one of them's moving in with each other and they don't even know who each other are. And when you're courting someone like me and my wife, we lived separately for it was about almost a year and a half before we actually moved in. And that whole separation where you only get to talk to each other maybe 3 or 4 times a week over the phone, where, you aren't seeing each other every day. That's where you actually start building trust with each other.
Angry.
Yes, sir.
In your mind, what does courting look like? How do you describe courting?
Going out, just basically doing what you would do normally in your life, but committing yourself to another person from a distance. That's what courting is. And as in like, you have your respective place, I have my respective place, and until we understand and we feel that we're both ready and we see things, on somewhat of the same level, then we'll decide to move in and build something together. But until then, we're going to have our own space. We're going to still continue on with our life. We're just going to say that we're going to be exclusive with each other, and courting also is, that's the time that you take to get to learn each other, where you get past that representative stage and you actually get to know each other as individuals rather than, the person that they're trying to convince you they are.
And so what are you courting? But what are you courting for?
You're courting for a wife or a husband.
Okay,
that's
so
what you're courting for. The whole point of a man and a woman dating is to eventually be serious and build a family together. Isn't that what the whole purpose of it is?
I agree. I'm most definitely agree with that. So I guess I was trying to get to a specific point because I think also in the courting process too, and I don't know if you agree or disagree. I think you should want to see your fiance or the potential spouse in an environment where she's been challenged through structure and organizations and systems too, as much as possible, because it's going to give you an idea on a day-to-day basis if you can see how she responds to other systems and structures.
Right, I get what you're saying. Right, I get what you're saying. Like my wife now, when me and her were courting each other, she lived with another single individual, and that single individual was a gay man, straight up. So she had to, she was getting tested. Are you going to be about what you're about? Or are you going to, become ratchet and basically follow the crowd?
Angry, they're not courting us no more, though. That's not a thing. That's a thing of the past.
Let me tell you.
Conversation.
One, let me say what's up. Blacks with the Fire was popping.
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up? What's up, Blacks?
Oh, what's up?
I was trying to get some seasoning, man.
I'm the Baptist. What's up, panel? How are you guys?
What's up,
Black Defy? What's up, Black Defy?
Blacks. Fuck them niggas. Yeah, I was trying to get some seasoning, man.
I'll send you some.
But hey, before Blacks starts cooking himself, I did want to. There was one thing that they made a comment about earlier that I did want to broach on, and that's this whole myth that.
No, before you jump there, just real quick, on the courting for the guys, right? Because it's not like how Snow says it should be. I think he's on to something. It's definitely not like it was back in the day, fellas. Keep your side chick, keep smashing her so you can keep sowing your oat. When you find a chick that not that ass, he gotta do it. He gotta get some cheeks. But then if he find a girl you potentially want to be on some huggy bitch shit with her, take her more personal, court her in the right way, put sex on the back burner. But you gotta get your rocks off.
Well, he ain't lying. When I first met my wife, I had like 3 other chicks that were calling me constantly.
Shit like that.
Angry, that very seriously, but that's not the fucking point. The point is, y'all don't court us no more.
The women should date too. Date as often as many at one time.
Agreed. Hey, ladies, don't listen to Rose. She doesn't know.
I do.
I'm
gonna go and say. Hold on. I'm gonna go and say this.
No,
Ham, can I say something right quick?
OMG.
You know it ain't gonna be right quick.
So
and that's the problem.
This gonna be right quick for real. This gonna be right quick for real.
And I gotta let Snow go, and I gotta get Blacks in. Go ahead, John.
Don't listen to him, and don't listen to Rose.
Wow.
Do not. If you're courting somebody, matter of fact, stop sleeping around. That's it. Stop sleeping around.
That is actually sound advice.
30 years. Okay, so next.
He's right. I just don't know how viable it is. That's all. Right. So, hey, John, hold this.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Go ahead, Snowman.
Now, the one thing that I wanted to touch on is this whole myth that they were trying to pass off earlier on that guys that have a little dick eat pussy real well.
That's fact.
No, it's not facts, because there are guys out there that actually know how to bust it down and know how to eat pussy too.
Shit like that.
You said that like you outlawed it. What are you talking about?
I feel like I'm being judged by. I feel like I'm being judged in stereotypes right now.
Shut up! How many men have ate your pussy? Shut up! How many times has somebody eaten your pussy? Shut up!
No, it has nothing to do with me. I know how many times I've made my wife climb up the fucking wall.
Oh God! Shut the fuck up, please.
No, why y'all hating?
Hear me. What the hell are we talking about? Come on. Okay, so you're an outlier, but what we said still stands, and we're the experts on this shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we are. We know what's good and what's not.
Man, y'all hating, man.
They are hating, man. Because look, the truth of the matter is there are guys like myself who actually eat pussy because they enjoy it.
Shit like that.
Give him his prop. Clap. Y'all clap or something. Nod or something.
I ain't clapping. Respect.
Blacks, what's good, Black?
What's up, man? Hey, look, send me your email. Put your email.
I'm just saying, if I couldn't pipe good, I wouldn't have 7 kids.
Hey, yo, and I'll send it to you, man.
So, Blacks, what you got, bro? Welcome. Question, comment, or smoke?
I've been listening off and on for a couple hours, man. I even went to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before when this whole thing went down. It came out. Wow. And you guys were still going. My goodness. I've heard some things I agree with and some things I haven't.
We go all night. We love y'all a long time.
When it comes to Kiki, I believe she was absolutely, positively wrong. Now, are they married? that's the kicker. They're not married. And if you're not married, you're dating, pretty much. I mean, that's what it is. Your ties to one another are not predicated on anything. If you guys are, you know, I guess you're betrothed, then that's something completely. But I don't believe that they are. Are they fiance? And
no, they have not. They have not stated that.
Okay, so they just decided to have a child outside of wedlock, and then play house.
Seemingly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so his indignation for the situation, you know, it could be justified, of course. You know, he's upset. Should he have done that on a public platform? No. I heard what you guys said in terms of him looking like, your words not mine, a bitch ass nigga for for doing that.
Damn, that's harsh.
We can say the R.
Whole ass nigga.
Oh, my bad.
Well, look, Black. Blacks. Even I think that to a certain level that was really weak for a man to put it on social media and not handle it at home.
I just am not that. I'm not of that ilk. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't want me personally. I don't want my business out there because then that opens up the door for other people to judge me as a man.
Exactly. And even if they judge me as a man, even if they did judge me as a man, I don't give a shit. These are people on social media. Fuck them. But the main thing is, why put your business out there? If you had a problem with this girl, your baby mother or whatever, being scantily clad, then go talk to her about it, handle that behind closed doors and move on. And then if you don't want to deal with her, you don't have to make it public either. Look, man, I like to keep what I do with my relationship in that regard behind closed doors. So you just won't see me with her anymore.
Well, that's a part of the fragile or masculine fragility is I think that he put it out there because he thought he would get more people.
Yeah, it's all about likes,
rallying behind him. Yes, because
it's all about they do it. I also heard you guys. Somebody said they have a podcast of some kind, and with her mother.
I think they're on OnlyFans, aren't they?
Etc. Man, you know, I
think
you can't take anything that any of these Hollywood weirdos do seriously. You know, people are going to have their opinions. It makes for good content. Was she doing her thing and shaking her derriere? Yes, she was, and I don't agree with that. And if he didn't agree with that, there are different and better ways to deal with it.
Agreed.
Well, I don't understand why we compare ourselves to the Hollywood elites anyhow, because they live by a different moral code than we do.
Well, they don't have a moral code.
So real quick, pause, gentlemen, real quick. Hemp, is there a way that we could ask 777 Radio to come on the panel, because he just shot his shot at Dana, and we would like to pursue that.
I don't know why
please invite him 777 up here on the panel.
777, man. Hit the
all I
link.
can tell you is you just better
Love,
watch
you
out.
gotta chill, sis.
You better watch out, Dana.
Man, you may be opening a can of worms you ain't prepared for.
Hey, he said he
Man,
can in the morning when you're sleeping. So yeah, bring his ass up here.
Hey, 777, hit the link. He crazy as hell, though. I'm gonna tell y'all that now.
He is. You better don't court that. You don't want to court that.
If he's ugly, I'm signing off. Swear to God.
I doubt he'll actually cam up. He'll get up here, but he ain't gonna cam
you
up.
get 777 to cam up, man. I'll drop $100 right now.
Yo,
that's a bet. Hey, boo.
I said, hey, look, if you get that man,
Don't drop the link.
Hey, drop my money where my mouth. I'll drop it right now.
If it's your ex, why not? It's your ex.
He's talking about his ex.
It's your ex, so why does it matter?
Nay. See, Nay is the worst wingman. If it's your ex, why does it matter? Like, God,
why does it matter? It's an ex for a reason. It's the ex for a reason.
That's not alluring. That don't make it want to come
good?
up. Just
Maybe he don't want to shoot his shot in front of his ex.
Damn, I hate the Bronx.
Just did, Angry Snowman. What are you talking about?
Say you hate the Bronx?
Yeah, because of Nay.
Why does it matter? It's the ex for a reason. Why you even put that out there? And move on.
Nah, he's respectful. I like
Hey,
that.
that 5 boroughs thing is hilarious, man. You got
Like she said, I'm trolling. I hate. She ain't my ex. He yo 777. Bring your $5 ass up here, man.
He don't want to make money, man.
Hey, y'all, yo, blacks was being nice. Usually blacks be cooking too, man.
Blacks, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you also obviously weren't feeling what's his name again? Whatever, Kiki Palmer's man. No name.
Listen.
The no name Nick. You also weren't feeling him going on to social media and blasting.
No, because it's not the way a man handles things.
Ask my question. Can I ask the fucking question?
Go ahead, Dana. Go ahead.
God damn. So what I want to know is it just about why is there no conversation around him as the head of their family, as he put in the tweets, going on there and trying to embarrass the mother of his child, his wife, or whatever the situation is? Why is that? There's
Didn't they lambast him
about him? Whew. You know what? You go ahead.
No, I'm saying you asked your question. I'm just asking you.
She didn't finish her question.
Did I?
It went from a question then to a statement.
And you
did ask your question, and then
you wouldn't know because you keep interrupting me. But you go right ahead.
Okay, I will. Let me say he. Listen, that guy, you can't take anything he says seriously. First of all, second of all, why are they not coming at him? I wouldn't know. I don't know if they have come at him. I thought that they did lambast him, called him everything but a child of God, didn't they?
Actually, I've been on a couple panels where that's what they were talking about. His reaction.
I'm asking you a question. If you would let me finish, I'm asking you a question because you
had me specifically.
You had a comment about him going up on social media and having something to say and how he was out of pocket and out of order, right? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not about him going up there and embarrassing and blasting his girl? Why don't you have an opinion about that?
Oh, why don't I have an opinion about him embarrassing her?
Yes.
Okay, because she did a really good job of doing that herself. and when it came to him and whatever it is he does, that's fine. My only issue with him is that he's keeping his business in the forefront. If they really wanted to deal with this, there are better ways to deal with it, but they don't. All they want to do is keep the buzz and the hype going because we all know that generates dollars. But I really don't have a problem with what he said. She, like I said, made a fool of herself already. That's fine. He just added the icing to that foolish cake.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out why he even allowed the situation to happen to begin with.
Because I said they set it up. Everybody falling for those.
Yeah, it's just man. It's you can't really. You have to take these things with a grain of salt, which I do. So
the reason why he allowed it because he didn't want to be controlling and dominating.
What?
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a simp ass beta.
That's passive aggressive, Jonathan Babson. I thought better of you than to be passive aggressive.
No, I get. No, that was a statement. That was a statement. That was a direct statement of what he did. He didn't want to be dominating, controlling.
By the way, masculine fragility is an oxymoron too.
Angry Snowman.
It is.
It was still.
Said is a way to do it.
It was still controlling and dictating. Even though he didn't say get your A home or get out, he still was trying to shame her, which indirectly is passive aggressive, is controlling.
Well, if anybody's going to shame her, he's the one that has the right to do such.
But not publicly.
No, he doesn't have the right to shame her. Not shame.
He didn't have to do that publicly.
I'm not disagreeing with that, ma'am. What I'm saying is he doesn't realize how bad he shamed himself and made himself look like a fool by doing it publicly.
And that's the rub, right there.
But to that point,
as a man, I'm sorry, I stepped on somebody. Go ahead. Who was speaking?
No, I was just saying because Black said what I was thinking. Like, okay, he felt like, well, she did it publicly, so I get to say what I want publicly. It's still a way to do that. He was extra emotional. Like, why did you have to even do that? He could have handled that behind closed doors. He didn't have to do all of that. He did too much.
And I don't disagree with you.
Look at these emotional ass. Anyway, it's a sign.
Can we even call most of these men?
This is why I said earlier when I made my statement. You can't be with women who will put you in position to do stuff like this.
Yes.
Because when you're young, trying to figure life out, you don't need somebody that's gonna make your mistakes even worse.
Well, how old is
it? Like 30, 30, I think.
Yeah, she's 29.
She's 20. He's 29.
No,
I think
she's 29. I'm sure he's around the same age. I'm not sure.
Yeah, these aren't babies, man.
But either way it goes, even though you're not a baby, you're still in a learning phase of relationships and life. At 30, you don't have life figured out. And you don't have relationship.
You never do.
You don't have relationships figured out. And so what they
You
just
never
found
do.
out is, and correct, you don't. And
No,
so
you're
what,
just
what
now
they
figuring yourself out.
correct. And what they just found out is that you can easily embarrass yourself and your spouse.
But don't y'all
That's
think
not the spouse? See, that's my point.
This
is not. Look.
Yeah, I said he has on the forum.
He
Black
warned.
to Defy.
He warned you.
Black to Defy. Do you don't call on podcasts often? Because
I do.
Oh well, sir.
He warned you.
We can't continue to interrupt, though. We can't continue to interrupt.
DJ Hemp. No, I'm just playing.
I want blacks to get some time. I just want to address that one point about the life thing and all that. We learned that as kids. If your brother, y'all have siblings, if your brother get in a fight, you fight. Even if he wrong, right, or indifferent. Then when you get home, you argue with your brother or say, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro? But outside in front of people, you don't go at it with your family. So that's something we learn as children.
Nah, see, I let my brother get his ass kicked.
I'm saying,
don't do that.
I keep hearing the word spouse, and we're framing this from that institution, and they are not married.
Correct. I said
This is a baby mama, baby daddy drama in its entirety. Okay. And that's the problem. We've cheapened what it means to be the head of a household, what it means to be in a marriage, and tongue tied in a marriage.
Wow.
And now we're saying, we're meshing them together and making it seem like they're one, and it's a completely different thing. I look at it through the lens through which it is. It's just mess. And they're trying to keep up the mess so that they can get paid and be compensated for whatever. I don't know. They'll get some sort of deal on this.
Dysfunction sells, man.
Podcasts, whatever.
Yeah, she got
it
a book out right
what Ro was saying earlier about publicity stunt. I don't see that as that, but it sounds like kind of you sound like you agree with more what Ro was saying about.
I would definitely say it is a publicity stunt. What do I say? I have several NFL players that live in my neighborhood, right? You wouldn't know who they were until they put on a uniform. People can be they can keep their situations to themselves. People don't have to know what's going on, but the fact that they keep talking about this, and the fact that they made it a spectacle, this was just the money cow landing in their lap. They want publicity. This is their bread and butter. They create all types of, podcasts and television shows and reality TV shows. They can spin this so many different ways if it explodes the way people want it to. So yeah, absolutely. But I refuse to talk about this within the framework of spouses, because it's not.
Right. Us being married and being in a relationship, those are really two different dynamics of life. I mean, the way you even broach those two situations are entirely different. I mean, you're literally living in two entirely different ways, and people are trying to equate those as the same thing, and they're not.
Yeah.
The sad part about this though is they are tied together as almost husband, because they share a kid.
Well, they should be.
And as much as you want to separate this, they pretty much tied themselves into a marriage. But they will never get married. I don't think they will ever get married.
No,
the kids going to suffer because of.
I'm very surprised to hear you say that, John.
I see them more so tying themselves to the family court than marriage.
They are not married. They are tied. Yes.
Hold on, Blacks. John, how do you basically tie yourself into marriage because you have a child together? Explain that for me.
I actually think it doesn't take a baby. It takes sex. I think once you have sex, you tie yourself to a person.
Oh, that whole pair bonding.
Oh, okay. You talking about soul ties? You talking about soul ties?
I see what you're saying.
No, not even just soul ties. I'm just saying that once you have sex with a person, you actually you've committed an act. You've committed that's a form of commitment.
Yeah, you've committed a marital act. Absolutely.
Max, can you chill for a minute? I'm talking to John. Damn. Wait a minute, nigga. You get your turn. Let him answer the fucking question. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I said what I said. You committed a marital act. That's marriage.
Right, but explain what you mean by, because you've had the marital act with a lot, not you as an individual, but people have marital sex with a lot of different people, but you were talking about them having a child. You were basically saying they're basically married already, right?
Yes, they are.
Because they've had a child together, because they've had sex together. Because
they had sex and they've consummated with sex and they had a child. They've done everything. So now they are a family. They're not gonna call it because they don't have a marriage certificate or whatever case may be. But they have actually laid the foundation for a marriage. They just did it out of order.
Right, a marriage isn't even official until you consummate it.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just very surprised to hear this perspective from John in particular.
Not after listening to how he was talking earlier.
Fair.
Remember, he's near to
He's
God.
Obviously he seems to me like he's a religious or a man that has faith. So that's why
that has nothing to do with Christianity.
He's the God of his house.
Which is why there's the sanctity of marriage. I thought that would be superior to just them having a child
outside
together.
of marriage, outside of wedlock.
Oh my God, is this nigga talking again?
Is whoredom. Outside of wedlock is whoredom. So it's not John the Baptist. It's not the same.
Yeah.
No, I give it to Black.
Hold on,
Black. Pause,
John. Happy birthday, Asia.
Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday.
Shit like that.
Hey.
Y'all better be respectful. Tell her happy birthday.
Hello.
The men of the
If
podcast.
you're gonna be on this panel, you better say happy birthday. If you're gonna be on this
birthday
panel.
is it?
Happy day of vaginal destruction.
Birthday.
Love's
The beautiful
birthday.
braids and the scarf.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's amazing. You made it another year.
Shit.
I do. That's amazing. You made it another
You
year.
said something that was a little off. Okay.
No, doesn't birth destroy a woman's vagina? So it's a happy day of vaginal destruction.
Happy birthday, love. That's it. Just happy
Oh
birthday.
man, Angry Snowman. That's funny. That's funny.
Man.
So Blacks, not that. Okay, so basically they went out of order, right? But
Yes.
what I'm looking at is, if a couple, a woman's virginity is so important to society, and so even if you took a woman's virginity, you could lose your life or lose money in a biblical context, right?
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is we have reduced sex now to where it's just a meaningless act.
Yes.
And that's why I'm saying, so they started a relationship, dating. I'm assuming because how they're acting right now, they think they're monogamous with the, monogamous relationship.
Okay.
Because how they're responding right now. And they're having sex and they had a baby. So basically what they're doing, I'm not saying in the eyes of God they have a relationship. What I'm saying is they're doing everything in a marriage, but being married.
That's what I was looking for, John.
They're defiling the marriage and the sexual purity that should be shared between a man and a woman. And that's what society has done. That's why we don't value sex anymore. It is just a meaningless act. But if you understood it in the context, a woman's virginity is one of the most valuable things that a woman can give to a man. But they just give away sex to anybody.
And so do men. So why did we come to this conversation? Where did this come from? Like honestly,
because we're talking about Darius Jackson and Kiki Palmer.
Dalton, okay. Yeah, but the point of that was talking about how he played himself on the internet, and then you guys are going down rabbit holes and wormholes, talking about vaginas and the virginity of a woman being the most valuable, and then you're putting into a biblical context, John. And I just want to know where we're going. I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes with this.
Do you not know my name?
I don't care. I'm not being rude. I don't care.
No. Are you a preacher, John the Baptist?
Do you not know my name?
He's a disciple.
Are you a pastor, certified pastor?
I am not.
No, I can tell you he's not. I can tell you he's not.
Do you have to be to speak of the word?
No, he says.
John.
Do we not know his name?
I'm a minister. I am a minister.
So am I. We all are called ministers.
You better show out on your birthday, bitch. You go right ahead. Go off, love.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about no damn Bible, man. Relax.
Here you go.
Relax.
John, I heard you. You fleshed out what you were trying to say, but I'm still wrestling with the fact that you were saying they are essentially married.
Well, they're playing the part like they're married. They're living the act of as they're married. They're playing house, but they're not actually committing themselves to each other fully.
Correct.
I'm saying consummation means nothing without the thing that it was predicated on.
So, thank you, Gary S, for the $20 super chat. Good evening, DJ. Thank you, Gary.
Shit like that.
Damn. So what y'all think? We beat it to death, pause, or what?
We beat it to death 3 times over. There's nothing left. It's pulverized.
That's what she said.
Unless you like eating box, then you can't pulverize it.
Oh Lord!
Here you go. I don't know. Angry. It's giving little dick energy.
I mean,
you know what? I feel like you're just stereotyping me because I'm less melanated than you. Personally.
No, talking about that shit. It's because you keep talking about that shit.
Hey man, my mouth game is on point. And I'm proud of it.
Shit like that.
Listen, man.
That's none of our business.
Listen, no, that doesn't. It's no man's right. That doesn't mean because you have multiple skills that means you're inadequate in one place.
Right.
You can practice.
Well, don't advertise. Your wife would not appreciate you advertising your skills.
I don't care what my wife appreciates when it comes to that. I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
Wait a minute. You don't know the rules? You don't know the rules of the household and the relationship?
I run this relationship, ma'am. My wife ain't going on no girls trip. No, she ain't.
Angry snowman. You sound.
Were those boundaries?
Snowman, you sound controlling right now. You sound controlling.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta make sure you have to be the one to prevent situations from happening.
Well, at least you'll show up.
You want to allow your wife to go to the next state over for a girls' weekend?
No. I know how girls act when they're unsupervised and they act ratchet as fuck.
You're unsupervised right now because your wife is not here and you putting out all her business talking about your genitalia on this damn podcast.
I can go get her if you want. She's right in the room next door. It ain't nothing she ain't never heard before.
Go get her. Go get her.
Shit like that.
Yo,
go
y'all.
Get her and talk just how you're talking.
You know what's ill though? Y'all think that
he'll do it too.
I will. Everybody's seen me do it.
Y'all so used to, y'all so used to men just talking. They ain't just talking.
I think he is because he said women are unsupervised how ratchet they
Look,
are.
he see those. He already went, yo.
He met his wife.
Shit like that.
We met his wife, but she with a chaperone. She wasn't with a chaperone when she met him. So
is she black? Y'all want to take bets? Is she black? Y'all want to take bets? Wait, y'all want to take bets? Is she black? Is she black?
No, she's not. I bet she's not.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5.
She is. She light skinned. She real light.
Of course she's
y'all thinking about Savage.
Yeah, tell these women that the way I talk online is no different than the way I talk to you in person.
Oh no.
Do I not tell everybody that my pussy?
Let him talk. Let him.
All right, come on, wifey. Wifey came in the room. Come on, hi, wifey.
Let her say hi.
What is going on?
They seem to think that I present myself different on here.
Let him talk, yo. What the fuck? Shut up, y'all.
He's the same. He's the same on YouTube as he is in real life.
Shit like that.
Oh,
shit like that. Shit like
damn.
that. Shit like that.
But okay, that's all. That's all they wanted because they thought that I was out of pocket because I told them that I could eat pussy real well and I'm proud of it and I was putting your business out online.
Well, I mean, I married him for a reason.
Okay, Mrs. Angry Snowman.
Yo, now give him his props. Give him his props.
Okay.
I won the bet.
Go ahead, girl.
We still didn't get to ask her, can she go on a girls trip?
Wifey has spoken.
Nah, she's trained to say that. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling.
God, yo, you doing a lot of hating, bro.
Where my money at? I won the bet, y'all. Dana, I won the bet. Where my money at?
I got you, boo. Drinks on me.
That's funny.
Oh y'all.
Y'all crazy as hell, man. Mike Brown with the 2000 there. Bro, your man can't vote. You can't girl trip. Real shit.
Shit like that. Shit like
Black,
that. Shit like that.
Blacks.
Shit like that.
Ro over here in the corner said that if her man votes at all for the president, she's not dating him.
No, I can't.
Really?
Too crazy. Too much craziness going on. The topic was if he was a Republican.
Oh no!
You said voting, bro.
I said voting. I said if we did not share the same note, we're not voting. We're not going to vote.
Bro, that ain't what you said, baby. You said he can't vote at all. At all.
I said we cannot vote at all.
Cousin.
If he is a Republican and I am a Democrat or independent, yes.
So he can't vote at all
in any election ever.
No, what
So
she did say was that he can't. No,
My question.
Wait, hold on, John, please. She said in the national president election, he's not allowed to vote. Had nothing. You didn't qualify if he's a Republican, you're a Democrat. You didn't put that qualifier on there.
Yes, I did. I did say that. I do mean that. Yes.
So if he voted, so what would happen hypothetically?
We're not gonna be together. I'm like, John, it's over. Because I said.
So if he voted Republican, you wouldn't deal with him.
If he voted, period, we're done.
You don't like a man that votes?
Bro, how is that different?
Oh, so you're controlling then?
Right.
You're the one that wants to control shit.
Oh, she admits it.
So that's the.
She is. He really
Are,
is.
are you married? Are you married?
I'm divorced.
That's why.
But he allowed me to run that house too.
Bro,
did he allow you, or did you beat him down until he finally had no choice?
He allowed it.
Bro,
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm not
Hold on,
gonna
angry.
go there.
Hold on, angry. Bro, you just said if he voted, period, it's over.
Okay, yeah, I said he's in a national election.
Not
and
whether
then
he
and then
voted.
Black asked me if he was a Republican. I said, yeah, period.
So, all right.
So period. Not just if he's a Republican. Just period.
Yes, if we were in a national election and I was a Democratic or an independent, he was a Republican, we cannot vote at all.
Damn.
No.
Wow.
You're controlling as hell.
You sound like the men you said you claim to not like.
I didn't say I didn't like men like that. But I wouldn't be with somebody like John because that would not fly around me. That's what I said.
What wouldn't? Okay, so
I promise you, you don't have to worry about that ever.
Right.
And I don't have to worry about it because why? I'm not going to follow a man blindly and he's controlling like that. No.
But you expect a man to follow you blindly?
I didn't say that either.
No, what's controlling?
Well, somebody's got to lead.
Controlling? No, we can lead our.
I'm just saying, what defines controlling? What does a controlling man look like to you?
Well, basically, what John was saying is what he says goes. Period. And he has conditions. Period.
So you don't like the conditions aspect.
I'm gonna sit here and eat my corn nuts and listen to this.
Yes, John was saying that. John was saying that no matter what, he is the God of his household, and that whatever he tell his wife to do, if she I don't think you came on. You heard when he said if she go to the club, they get a divorce.
I heard that.
Okay,
I heard that portion.
He said at the end of the day, he gonna let them fall on their own sword. If they don't do what he tell them to do, and they do it the way, that is not the type of man I'm gonna be with.
What kind of man are you looking for?
That's not one of them. That's not a description of one of them.
A beta sim soy boy, it sounds like.
You said what?
I said, what's the description?
Physically? Or
No. I meant not physically. I mean, that changes.
He has to know that we're partners. He has to understand I have strength, he has strengths, and we have to come together to make decisions.
How are you partners if he ain't allowed to vote?
I thought you were eating your corn nuts and being quiet. Shut up.
Being partners and okay, so you said being partners and you both bring things to the table is what you're saying, and that you both play to your strengths. So what if his strength is to vote in the national election?
That's not a strength. If he causing chaos, because that's causing chaos.
Why is that chaotic?
That's causing chaos because you're voting as a Republican when you know they have extreme.
But wait, you said voting at all. So
period.
Voting as a Republican is causing
in this moment in time, if you're voting in a national election, you're voting for either an extreme on the right or an extreme on the left. You're not voting for anybody that's actually making decisions. People still think that the president actually makes laws. Like, if you don't know that, you don't know how it works. No, you cannot. No, we're not.
But I said it was his strength. So that means
that
he does know how it works. So the question is, if that were his strength, would you consider?
If he knew what he was getting into, he wouldn't vote that way.
He wouldn't vote Republican.
He wouldn't.
So so you're flip flopping. You said Republican, but then you also said he shouldn't ever vote in a national election.
In this moment in time, because of the hiding of everything is extreme, absolutely not.
Okay.
So you're only allowed to vote extreme lunatic left, not right.
I didn't say that either.
She's saying in either way.
Period. It's just too crazy out here.
So
my question is what is the recourse then if you're not supposed to vote either way?
Well, first of all,
what do we do as a people or as a whole, as Americans?
You need to focus on your local elections. That's what you need to focus on, because those are the people that make the laws.
What about your national legislature?
Don't they also? You have to vote locally for them people. What do you mean?
No, you don't. You don't vote locally.
On the state level. What are you talking about?
No, I said national.
Locally and statewide.
You vote locally for your
No, that's your state legislature. I said your national. You're talking about your congressman.
She already addressed that. She said no to federal voting.
You vote based off your congressman.
My point is that's not local. That's still a national election.
Okay,
you still have to put them in a national seat.
I'm talking for the president itself. The presidency itself. I'm not talking about your congressman, your U.S. congressman.
But you said national elections.
Okay. So again, I'll clarify.
And the majority of them, before you do, the majority of them are the ones who are on the extreme.
Well, I mean, but again, that's based off of lobbying, and that's based off of people voting as the Republicans do on the main side.
You keep going back to Republicans. That's said on both spectrums.
And the Democrats do the same thing. They all do the same thing. So when I'm
just trying to get you to be consistent. You haven't been consistent yet.
Her man can't vote for the president. Period. Point blank. Her man can't vote for the president. Okay. That's her opinion. That's how she's gonna run her household. That's what the man's gonna be aligned with when she gets married. Now leave her alone. You get your God of your family and the Lord of your family. If you want to eat corn nuts and eat pussy,
John, did you say you were going to be the Lord of your family?
Let her live her
He
life.
did. He said he was God of his
John, did you say
household.
you were John? Did you say?
Well, wait, blacks. Hold on, because to a certain degree, I do agree with what I do. To a certain degree, agree with Ro. You know, because I think that you actually have more influence on your state and local level. You have more influence on your local cities. You have a better chance of actually, if you want to, you know, change policy or address specific policies and getting a different structure tackled.
Yeah,
you have a better chance of doing. You actually have a better chance of doing that on a local level, like in your city, and you actually have a better chance of getting things done statewide on a state level.
Yeah, I didn't argue. That wasn't my argument.
Right. I mean, you literally have little to no influence on a federal level on what the federal policies are that are being passed.
Yeah, I definitely didn't argue against it. I'm just asking because you do have nationally elected representatives from your state that make laws. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm just, and that was my point. But beyond that, John the Baptist, you said that you were the God of your household?
Yes, well, hold on. We got a super chat. We got Real Bravado Network says the president doesn't make laws. Okay. Congress and the Supreme Court makes laws. The president signs bills into law, or he vetoes bills. He also says, stop talking to her. She has no credibility because she don't know how laws are made. She's right. She has no business voting.
Well, to clarify, Real Bravado.
He about made me choke on my corn nuts.
He was right with the first one.
Let me clear the room. First and foremost, Real Bravado, I have a minor in public administration and I have a master's in organizational and minor in public administration.
Boom.
And I also work for the federal government. So again,
boom.
Like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
You understand me? Because I know more about how laws are made and how the structure of this United States is than you will ever know. Believe that.
Wow. Bravado about to be came.
I bet you I could actually sit here and go toe to toe with you on how the government's ran, and I've never seen a day in college.
I didn't say anything about how the government was ran. I said how it was structured. Now, the way that it's running is not running the way that it was supposed to be set up. So let's be clear about
I know
that.
this. I know this.
That's all.
I'm just telling you, I could sit here and go toe to toe with you on how it's structured, and I've never seen the inside of a college anywhere.
Not tonight, though.
Don't tell me about that. But as I said before, you all should be focusing on your local elections and your national representatives, okay?
Bro, I agree with you there. I don't disagree with you. I'm just giving you smoke.
Saying. People still think the president makes laws. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's foolishness. John,
the president's nothing more than the grand marshal of the parade, folks.
Yes, black.
You're the God of your household. Go.
Hold on, we got another super chat, man. It says blacks who defy, make her be clear. She sounds crazy.
Shout out to $5 super chat.
Blacks who defy, make her be clear. She sounds crazy.
Wow.
All right.
I don't want to be our next divorcee, man. I can't. No, go ahead.
So,
John.
So black. So answer your question. So whenever I was making a bunch of statements, declarations, and I think Ro made a statement. Someone made a statement that you sound like you're a god or some kind of god complex. And so what I did is, what I've learned to do is when a woman makes an accusation, I step into it. I supplied a scripture to her when Sarah called Abraham Lord. And so from that point on, she said, "I call myself God." Or God.
You said that after you said that people rebelled against God.
Bro, did you listen to his response? He said that when women come at him a particular way, he steps into it. So when y'all be like, "Are you saying you're a God at your house?" He's like, "I am," but it's also he's doing that purposely.
Well, that's dumb.
Which is a famous, well-known debate tactic. Good job, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you got to go read that super chat right there. You got to read that.
Bring that ish tomorrow if you're.
You guys gotta read the name. Let me show you guys how to read super chats. Real Bravado Network with a $10 super chat. Bring that shit tomorrow. F your minor from University of Phoenix.
Wow. Real Bravado Network, somebody gonna get in that ass tomorrow. Pause. Because you coming real strong. But go ahead.
Joel Pendergard with the $5 super chat. Angry Snowman, was your lack of college involvement due to affirmative action or not?
You know that's a good question. You saw at the bottom of my name it says Reform Pookie, right?
That's okay.
I was a high school dropout too, so that's why I didn't go to college. I actually didn't get my GED until I was 34 years old, and I did it after 24 years of not being in school and didn't even study for it.
Well, thank God you got it. That's a good thing.
Congrats.
Thank God for affirmative action.
Word.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
All right, let me do this. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. 777 Radio, for the first time in 777 history, punked out of coming on a panel to shoot his shot.
What?
Yo, 777, hold this.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
God
damn. I thought you were about to say for the first time in history, camped up.
So was I. I was for real, dude. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, holy shit.
I was about to get my wallet ready, man.
Yo, we gotta. Wow. Yo, we gonna get 777, man. We need this $100 so I can spend it back on Black's own seasoning. I want to spend his own money on his seasoning. So
hey, Black, what I figured out though is that Rose sees me as a god.
Read the room, John. Read the room. Not now.
My God. Miss Nay, those earrings are very nice. I just wanted to say that. They're very nice.
We say, oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Lots of dope. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Black, for deflecting, because I was about to say something.
Go ahead and say it.
Tune in every week, though, Blacks, because I've come through with the earrings, but go ahead. Sorry.
Absolutely, I will, for sure.
Yeah, man. I've been telling Blacks he got to come up here, man. Damn.
I watch from the background, man, and I comment. But
Word.
I'll come up more often.
Black's is a busy man.
Yeah, I got 5 children. My God.
Yo, I got 6 children. I don't even like kids. Damn,
I got 3 of them at home, and Black's homeschools all his kids too.
That's true. Well,
yeah. Hey, shout out to Angry Snowman. You just had a baby, right? What, last week? Yesterday?
Yes, I had it
absolutely.
Last week, 3:35 in the morning on July 4th, man. Her name is Vivian Liberty Nicole.
Congratulations.
Hey, it was all that pipe. Was it all that piping and eating you was doing? So
I think it was more so the piping than the eating, but I think they both go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Hey, 777 Dana. 777 said he getting over his ex, so he just need a couple days, man.
Shit like that.
But I appreciate the congrats, man. I really do. She's a healthy baby.
Yeah.
Now, I got another redhead in my house, and I'm being inundated by redheads and soulless beings in my house right now.
He said it's soulless beings.
Damn, man, shit is real. This has been an interesting one, man. I really appreciate the fellas joining the panel, the ladies holding it down as always. You know what I mean? We still need to uncover if Ro actually sees John the Baptist as a god or not, but we'll figure that out next week.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So
I want to see them both go to a polling place.
That's a no. That's a dictator. He said he was a dictator.
I want to see them arm wrestle.
That would be cool. Hey,
have y'all seen John the Baptist in real life?
Yes.
Hamp. He's like you. He's like strong, short man. He's like, he's like strong.
First off, I'm the strongest person you ever spoken
I know.
to.
That's why I said.
Listen, man. I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Hey, fellas, y'all stay up for this too.
Sure.
Miss Nay, final thought.
Tonight was hella dope. Shout out to the fellas. Y'all was pandering and backpedaling like a motherfucker. Y'all didn't know what to say. John, you gather your words a little bit better. But y'all did well tonight. And yes, I did say my lady, so I probably had y'all hella stumped, but that's what it is.
Word. Bro.
Masculine and feminine fragility rears its ugly head when you can't live in your truth.
Word. Angry Snowman.
Yo, tonight was a one-off. It's not the how it normally is. Don't think that because I was nice tonight that next time I'm going to be just the way I am tonight. I am coming with the smoke. That's all I got.
Word. Love.
Happy birthday to me. This would be my best year ever and more good years to come. Great panel. Thank you guys for bringing the energy. I don't know if I was going to make it tonight, but I did. And I appreciate everyone in the comments, everyone on the panel, my girls, my Tuesday crew. And I appreciate the men for the ones that cammed up, at least. I appreciate you all for being on the show.
Word. Blacks.
Oh, wow. First of all, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed this panel for my first time ever being up here. Happy birthday to you, Love, right? That's your name, correct? I'm saying it right. Happy birthday to you. May this be your best year, as you stated, and may riches and grace come to you and your family. Also, the topic, you know, it is what it is. It's a pejorative. That's what people do, especially in this day and age. And pay no attention to my red eyes. That is a conjunctiva hemorrhage from wrestling jiu-jitsu. That's it. Oh, and DJ, I'm sorry, why I call you DJ? This might be risky. Put your stuff in the back so I can get you what you need, brother.
I got you. Word. Tay?
I believe it's important, and I appreciate the sentiment of setting expectations in a relationship and during dating, and expressing your boundaries on both ends, and that men and women should allow each other a little grace.
Word. John the Baptist?
I want to say that I enjoyed the conversation. Men, I enjoyed the conversation with the ladies and him. I enjoyed the conversation as well. Like Angry Snowman, good word, good conversation. I will say this though, to those who are listening, whenever you're in a debate and you're stating your character and what you stand for, and people make insults, call you controlling or a dictator, don't run from it. Step into it. Take on that character, because with you, when they insult you, you've actually hit the pinpoint of what's bothering them and what's triggering them. Accept the trigger and press harder. But I still enjoy the conversation. And yes, you did throw me with the girl comment. I'm going to own up to that one.
Word. Dana.
First and foremost, a super happy birthday to our girl Love. We love you so much, and we're sending you, no pun intended, all of the love and light. Congratulations to Snowman on the new addition to the family, for sure. Don't let your insecurity speak louder than your masculinity, gentlemen. Don't have a whole lot else to say. 777 is a faker. You should have came up here tonight. Shame on you. See you next week.
Word.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Love. I forgot to say happy birthday, Love.
Thank you.
Awesome conversation. I don't really fuck with happy birthdays and all that shit, but Asia, I love you. You're one of my best friends. I appreciate you. I think you give a lot to this world, a lot to these panels, and they hate you, but they love you ultimately. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to call that out. Because if it was real life, I'll be whooping a lot of these niggas' asses on some real shit. Or getting my ass whooped, right? There's always one or two. It's one or the other.
There you go.
You know? But nah, real shit, man. You know, how he expressed himself, I think on the internet, that's just weird. I also think that we come from a different generation, so we got to acknowledge that. But yeah, man, Kiki Palmer, man. We remember he's a child star. Stay there, man. We don't need to see your flat ass out. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.